What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Comics Underground. I'm Peter Orchard, and I'm here with Jake, Bionic Bro. What's going on, man?
Not
Happy
much,
4th
man.
of
I'm ready to
July.
get into this one. I'm excited about this one. Let's go.
Dude. Me too. I gotta chug this real quick. Classic, shitty, nasty American beer. Keystone Light.
I'm going to be beating you then because I got me in my Russian redneck right here.
Oh,
A little bit of moonshine.
I should have made
in my
a
drink.
I should have made a drink. Haven't had a drink in a while.
I'm feeling frosty.
Yeah, man, me too. All right. First of all, I want to say happy 4th of July, or as I like to call it, Happy Indies Day.
Happy
Independence Indie Day.
That's right. We're taking it over.
Yeah, it's our
No longer
Indie Day.
Day. It is Independent Comics Day.
Independent Comic Celebration Day. 4th of July.
I like it.
Oh man, that one's coming back up. Not like in a bad way, but
Yeah, we're not even taking over a whole month like some other people. We're just taking over a day.
Yeah, right. So today we're gonna talk about our collections. We got all. I've got, dude. I couldn't even find all my books. I know I've got some in the long box. I didn't even bust open the long box, but I've got stacks and stacks and stacks all over the place right now.
So I'll be honest, I haven't even read all the books that I've backed yet, but I want to. And doing those Grody reviews that we do helps me be able to actually go through them and give my 2 cents on them and see what I want to back in the future. But I do have my top 5 and my honorable mentions that I've had thus far. So
Nice.
I'm good to go.
Yeah, man. Yeah, there's a lot I want to talk about too, and all the different aspects of crowdfunding, because it has been a blast since I got into crowdfunding. So, and like backing books and everything, man, it is a lot of fun. But first, before we get into that, let's take a look at who we got in the chat right now. I see Zombie Boy was first one here. What's up, Zombie Boy? Glad you're here, man. Glad you can make it. Anybody who's watching this, by the way, in the rerun, or if you just pop in, make sure to like, share, subscribe. Yeah, and you know what? Share it, man. Like it, subscribe it. Most importantly,
You gave the note. You never give the note.
Yeah, right. I never do. I always forget. That's why I have it written down right here to make sure. Anyway, we got, let's see here. Jake, you're in the chat too. I see that.
Oh, yeah.
We got Ben Soto. What's going on, Ben?
What's up, Ben?
I actually have your book right here
Yes,
too,
you
man.
do.
I want to
How'd
talk
you get
about
that?
it. Yeah,
How'd you
man.
get that?
Thanks, Jake, by the way, because
So,
I
Ben-
wanted to read this, and this has actually been pretty cool. I'm not finished with it yet,
Yeah.
but
I have a rule.
I'm liking it.
I have a rule. I never share out bad books. I only share out the books that I like because I need people to look at what I'm reading. And Ben, I've always said Tricks or Treats Volume 1, absolutely enjoy it, man. So keep it coming.
You say you only share out good books.
Okay, so I give some to you that I say are trash, and I need you to give a second glance to see if I'm wrong.
All right, good. I don't have to pull them up.
Okay.
Hail Comics Gate Underground, or Comics Underground. Hell yeah, man. Comics Gate, Underground. Comics 5 times.
You get it right. It's your own title. You'll get it right.
Beer. I got rid of the live because Stanley was telling me, why does the Comics Underground live?
Because we go live when we do it.
It's only live when I'm like, well, like all the IRL live streams, you know, it's always live, but then most people don't watch it live, so it doesn't make any sense.
Well, I'd never, even if I put up live, I would never go back and change it. I would just be like, hey, this is a live that we did. If you want to check it out, check it out.
Yeah, that's true. But the title, Comics Underground Live, like it's not always live.
It's always live.
I got rid of the live. I'm just like, you know what? Fine.
We know it's live by now.
Yeah, by now.
Yeah,
you know,
if you haven't tuned in by now for one of these, you should know it's live. And if you're just now tuning in, subscribe.
Make sure to subscribe. That's right. Zombie Boy with a yo-yo. Edwin Acevedo, what's up, man? What's going on? Hail, peeps.
There we go.
Hail, brother. We got Ben Soto. Wait, hold on. Right here. Happy, Ben says, Independence Day. Or is it Independence Day? Lately, it's been feeling like a little bit of independence lately. But you know what?
Yeah.
We're going to turn that around. I'm excited to talk about all these awesome books. And I couldn't even find them all, man. I'm so pissed. Because I could, somewhere, I have a box with a bunch of, with like Groken, Groken 1 and 2. I do have 3 because I just got that in the mail. But somewhere I have like a box of books that I read a lot. Like I'm always looking at them. So I don't know where those are. I don't know where that box went, and I'm pissed. And I know I have like, in my long box. Sorry if I cough. I'm like getting over being sick this past week, but I know I've got like Star Blades and stuff in the long box. Star Blades is all right, but it's not something you pick up and read it every day. But
yeah, some guy that I haven't interacted with before on X like reached out to me on my Twitter feed randomly and told me about his book that he had up on Amazon called Zed and Odysseus, and it's from the writer of Melvin. So I don't know if you've heard of Melvin or not, but it's from Timothy Olson. So I went ahead and I bit the bullet. And I paid like $18 for this thing, $10 plus shipping, and it's called Zed and Odysseus. And they decided to like cover themselves. Yeah, so they're actually like under the costumes that they're wearing, but they are 2 robots.
Oh,
but they dress themselves as R2D2 and C3PO. But
what do you think he did that? Is because he wants to sell Star Wars?
Well, this is like a satire comedy book, is what I'm reading into it from the description. So, like right out the gate, you see it on the front. It says, like the C3PO character. I don't know if that's Zed or Odysseus, but he says, "I don't feel right about this." And then the little R2D2 guy says, "Shut up! They think we're famous. I mean, beep boop boop." So he's like trying to say that, we look like that.
That's funny. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and it's an indie book. You know, those Mad Cracked magazine or whatever. That used to do it every cover, man. Like every issue had those.
So this is what they really look like.
So not that far off.
Not that far off, no. But I'll give it a chance. Why not?
Zombie Boy says it's alive like zombies.
Here to stay.
Yeah, man. Oh, dude. All right. Where to begin? Because there are so many, and I've been like kind of breaking it down into what is it that I like about about crowdfunded books, right? We've always talked about price points or price range, all that kind of shit, right? I don't mind that. I think $25 is smart for a creator to charge, right? Sure. That's what all the big guys are charging. There's okay, I'll get into that in a second. 25 is a good it's a good price range to get your crowdfund funded, right? It's just a good price point to charge. Plus, like, typical roughly $10 for shipping, so $35.
Right.
Now, that's not too much for me as a backer. That's not like, it's a vice. I can ditch one vice and substitute this vice. $35 a month, roughly every couple of months. I don't know. That's not a big deal. And it helps get books back funded faster.
100%.
You just got to make sure what you're selling is worth $25.
Damn
and
straight.
I have some examples, and that's kind of where I guess I'm going to start, because there are books that have amazing stories. There are books that were $25, but they were worth it. They should have been. They should have charged that much. And then there are books that are like, they might have been able to charge way more, dude, than $25. In some cases,
definitely. But you do want more people to come into it than just the ones that can't afford it. You know what I mean? Like,
sure,
if you're charging $45, people are going to look less at that one and be like, I can back 2 books over here instead of getting that one. But if the story's right.
See, that's where I'm getting at. Because is it about the story all the time? Obviously, we're selling books here, and story's important. But there are
individuals.
Okay, there are books. Oh my God, where was I going with this? Okay, there are campaigns that $25. It is not necessarily just about the story, But what you get for that $25, like, okay, some examples are like the books are completely worth the $25, $35, whatever, because the book is that good.
Agreed.
And you know what? Let's just start. Like, we're already like 11 minutes into this. I'm going to start with my absolute favorite crowdfunded book. Or should we end it with that one? Because everybody already knows what it is.
I think everybody here knows what it is. So either way, if we begin or end with it, we're good to go. And it's in my top 5. It's in my top 5 too.
Yeah, man. This is for almost all reasons. This is my top. I can't have a absolute top favorite, but this would be
top 2.
But there are other books that are also my favorite for different reasons, right? Quality is a thing that I have like a criteria. Quality, if I can resell it or something, or if it has extra value to collectible, and
he already knows.
Ben knows. Yeah, bro. We are talking about Pitter Patter.
Pitter Patter.
Oh boy, Pitter Patter. Yeah, this is one of the top books I have ever backed. The most, what would you say? Like, I'm the most happy that I backed this book, and then I got this one too, the prequel or whatever, the first book.
Yeah,
this book too, which part 2 to this book. This is like a prequel to this book, all right? But this part 2 to this is just all leading up to this one, and I hope. And he's got to redo this book. Like, not redo it, but put it back on the next campaign. That's something to he reprint it. He's got to reprint this book because it is excellent as well. Pitter Patter is much better. It's much better written. Everything is awesome. But Pitter Patter was so funny and such a well done book that this was like, Zombie, did you get that book too, man? Because Pitter Patter, dude. What started off, it blows my mind every time I think about it, and I'm so happy that we did this.
Yeah,
this started off as a joke. I didn't even get that this was Gem or whatever. That like he's like doing a homage. Didn't even realize that. But this book would start off as a joke on this channel, and I thought, oh, dude, this is like my first big joke book. I've got to buy it. I've got to buy it so we can laugh at it. Holy crap, this is the best book I bought. As far as entertainment value goes, I read this book and I couldn't get enough of it. Number 1, this is the number 1 book right here that I have ever backed. And one 100%. Of the funniest comic books I've ever read. Now, there are some that come close, but this one was like, fucking blew my mind when I read this book. It's so good. It's funny.
I think it added to it not knowing or subverting our expectations. Like we thought we were ready to just dog it and just go straight into just hating on this book, and it does a 180 on you, dude. Like
when I was never
5 pages in, you're suddenly in this world, and you're like, my God, I can't take my eyes off of this. What the hell is going on? And you're just like. When you start, you're like, dude, this art is not that great, yada yada yada. But when you start like reading it, it's as you've said before, the art goes with the story that's actually in place, and it's so far out of left field, dude. Not even right field.
Yeah, this is the epitome, totally epitome of indie comics right here, man. Yes. This book needs to be like, I don't know, a TV show or a movie or something because it's so funny.
I just know it needs to be in more hands. That's all.
Yeah. Everybody needs to go back this book, and I'm sure it'll be like, all right. So we've reached out, and we've had Jeremy Harvey, the creator, on your channel, right?
Right.
That was on your channel. Go watch that episode. That was a great episode. We talked to the guy. We had a blast. He's a really awesome dude, and he was so excited that we were, so excited for this book that he reached out and wants us to be in the next book. Which I just talked to him about. He's still working on it. He's about to send me the requirements, what we need to do for that. And I can't wait.
Kill me in some zany way. That's all I ask. Just kill me in some way.
I think we're going to be in one of the commercials because this book has like funny commercials throughout. Okay. I think we're going to be in one of the commercials because I think he has the script already planned out. And I don't want to I don't want to impose and say, no, I want to be one of the main story. I'm happy being in a commercial, dude. And I'll take the most awkward, funny-ass photos of myself to make it worth it. Zombie did. Definitely. He said, "Hell yeah!" He did back it, and man, I'm glad, dude. Zombie, thank you for backing that book, man. And it was worth it, right? Because that book was so funny.
100%.
The art sold it for me.
Like, you guys don't understand.
Like, in the style.
Peter went out of his way and bought the book and started like chatting the shit out of this thing to me, because I knew I wasn't going to back it for a squat. I knew I wasn't. And lo and behold, a couple weeks later, in my mail, I'm looking through it. I'm like, oh, I got something from Peter. What the hell? This better not be what I think it is. And I open that bastard up, and it's Pitter Patter. So I'm like, fine, I'll read it. 3 pages in, I'm like, what is this shit? 5 pages in, I'm like, okay, so what's going on? 10 pages in, I'm like, motherfucker, this thing's good.
Yeah, right? It's like, holy shit. That's what I'm talking about with crowdfunding. So, we look through campaigns, we go through,
right,
with all the indie crowdfund sites, we look at them, we kind of critique them and go, this campaign's like not doing it for me. This campaign, it looks pretty good. And that's where we found, like, I can't wait for Polar Destroyer. That one looks fucking awesome.
Dude, I'm waiting for that one to come by.
And and now I'm going to restate this, because lately there's been, like, this hate on crowdfunded books, and that leads to all the indie books. Dude, this is what it's about right here. These books are these diamonds in the rough, is why we back. When you read it and you give it a chance, you might get blown away. And the feeling alone, it's not just like I knew I was going to get a great book. Like, especially when you're not quite sure, but it just blows you away. That feeling is like, it brings me back to when I'm like reading X-Men for the first time. Yeah. It's not X-Men wasn't like a comedy, but it's just that like mind blown,
that experience.
That emoji.
Yeah.
Where the hell did I put it there? Oh, right here. Another one. Now, this would be the first example of a book that I was sold on the campaign, and the book was great, but I'm not sure. It was funny. I'm not going to talk shit about it at all. Actually, there's nothing wrong with this book. It was funny as fuck.
Okay.
Roach Balls.
Yep.
But that campaign, dude, the campaign for this was so good.
Oh, he did great with it.
I had to back it. The commercial, like everything about it was so funny. Roach Balls, I don't know. Okay, now I don't know if you can even get this. The Comics Way guys. This is by Rich Ayala, right? Rich Ayala. Who else worked on this book? Like, I'm not sure where you can get this, but look up Rich Ayala. I'm sure he's got copies everywhere. Like, you got to be able to get a copy of Roach Balls. This is let me find a good panel. The artwork, this is exactly like I got what I was expecting out of this book, man. It was funny. I just like this gritty kind of art style. It's they're on Cat Shit Island, and this cockroach is like tossed in the trash, and he's like trying to find his way back. I'm not gonna spoil nothing, but it's this is a cool book, man.
You're not really spoiling anything. It's an adventure of him getting back home, right?
Oh, dude, and the artwork. Look at that.
Yeah. So it's very much in that like Adult Swim, Ren and Stimpy style, Nickelodeon type stuff with the art style, and the jokes are very much in line with like I don't know, like Super Jail and Rocko's Modern Life and Ren and Stimpy, that kind of humor.
Yeah, it's like raunchy humor.
Yeah,
but it's funny.
But the art's great for what it is. It's rough. It's very grudgy, edgy. It's a great book. I enjoyed it.
So much shit to look at, dude. It's about Sully the cockroach, and he's on his adventure, basically. Yeah. He's on an adventure. Got to go find out. Roach Balls, man. Rich Ayala and all those guys, like, they sold me this book so well. I wanted to back one of those original art. He had these awesome original art pages, but they weren't from the story. They were like these 11x17 original art mini stories. They're like a one-page story. One of the artworks was like this lady's watching TV, and then she looks over, and Sully the cockroach is like fucking her dog, and she's like, "Oh, my little baby," and he's like, "Baby, bitch said she was 14 or something like that." His dog years.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, man. And he had a bunch of pages on there that I was like, fuck, I wish I could have bought one of those. I would have it hanging behind me because I love his art style, and the book was hilarious. Good job, Rich Ayala. What have you got, Jake? Because I got a whole fucking stack. We could go all night long talking about every book I got.
Well, mine goes in line with more of like the mainstream type style of storytelling and art style and everything. But what I want to go with next is definitely one of my top 2. And it is none other than Octopus Cowboy.
Yeah, that book looked pretty cool. That was a cool looking book.
So Jason Orfalis, he created this book, and I backed this. I don't know back when, but it's about this octopus. Of course, he's in the West, but it starts out with him like being part of a like animal, like like how you set up like the dog fights and whatnot. He's part of that. So he's going against different animals. Like in this one instance, he goes against a hyena. And what's different is that this octopus can talk. That's what separates him from the other animals. He's kind of sentient because he can wield guns, he can wield whips, all that kind of stuff. But he's going through the West looking for, the people that had done this to him and whatnot. And he actually is able to talk to his horse. So he's riding through town trying to find answers and whatnot. But it's really set up in this mysterious way, like something's going on in the background of what the dog fights were doing behind the scenes, not just fighting with the animals. There was something else going on. And also goes into, it leaves on a cliffhanger of what happened to him in the ocean that made him become sentient and able to do these things among human life. It's a really cool story. So when he's in the fighting ring with the hyena is not sentient. He's just, feral hyena. But when he bites the octopus and some of the blood trickles into his mouth and he swallows it, instantly becomes sentient. And he's like, what the fuck did you do to me? And he's like, he understands that something's different now. So now the hyena is on his ass to try and find him and kill him for changing him from the way he was. It's a really odd, cool story. I really like it.
Yeah, when I saw that, the artwork looked amazing on that book. Who's the artist on that?
It's a beautiful book. Yeah. So I actually backed Octopus Cowboy too, but I hadn't received it because I moved between my old apartment and my house now. And I tried reaching out to Jason. I haven't heard back from him, so I'm going to have to wait until Octopus Cowboy 3 comes out. But I am going to back the third one too. And yes, the art is really good. It's beautiful.
Yeah, man. That looks... Hold on, let me make you big real quick. Because
sure.
I want to see this. The artwork in this book look badass. Like, and it's something you don't see a whole lot in the indie space in in perspective to how many books there are in between Fun My Comic, Kickstarter, Indiegogo. There are so many books out there over the years that when you see something with like truly phenomenal artwork, it instantly catches your eye. Ben Soto says, "Nice, hell yeah, dude!" And it's such a cool idea too. The Octopus Cowboy. Zombie says, "Yeah, wow." Dude, it really is good artwork.
Yeah, I was blown away when I read this thing. I was like, this was so unique. And the story and everything and the way that, the people interact with each other and what the octopus is actually going through to get to his end game. It's a really good book. I highly recommend Octopus Cowboy to anybody and everybody.
Have we heard anything about when the next one's coming out?
I'd have to check his Twitter page, but he is working on Octopus Cowboy 3. I just don't know when it's coming.
So who did that? In case anybody's watching right now and wants to go look up and say, I want to find Octopus Cowboy.
His name's Jason Orfalis.
Okay, so you can look him up?
Yeah, I backed it on Indiegogo. but I have no doubt that campaign's closed. But Octopus Cowboy 1 and 2, definitely good reads.
That's a problem. That is one of the problems promoting all this. The older books, especially, is like, where do you go to find?
No kidding.
The old books, like, oh man, I got this book 5 years ago. You know, like Roach Balls. Like, I have no idea where you can get it. I know you can get it somewhere. It's Rich Ayala. Go look up Rich Ayala, and I think it was the 656 or the Comics Way guys.
Yeah.
Like, they have a website where I'm pretty sure you can get that. And if not, Rich Ayala's probably got it on his own website or something. So, now Roach Balls is a funny book too, man.
Right.
You know, Octopus Cowboy. You can go look that up.
Yeah, Octopus Cowboy. It's not very humorous, but it's more of like the serious, you know, mystery solving type book, you know, in a Western. So, but I highly recommend it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Hang on one second.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring up. I'm looking up. I got because there's one of the cool things about crowdfunding are all the fun extras you get. All right, let me make myself big because right now I'm going to talk about Graveyard Shift. Now, this is my Graveyard Shift collection, and there's like trading cards, and what do we got in here? Like some prints, some trading cards. It just came out with the latest one, and I've got a bunch of trading cards in another stack, and I'll show those later. But
I was wondering if you're going to bring those up or not.
Yeah, dude, because trading cards is part of the whole fun of this thing. But like, so this is Graveyard Shift. What, 5? This is 5, 4. Like the artwork. Now they don't have the same artist in all of them. This one's actually really badass, and I like that he signed. I got a signature on that. That's cool. Anyways, Graveyard Shift is another great series that I'm like been really happy with. It's John Malin's book. John Malin, Mark Polton, Graveyard Shift. My particular favorite is volumes 1 and 2. He's got them in these little, you know, both volume 1 and 2 in the same thing. Because I fucking love John Malin's artwork.
Yeah.
And this book is very entertaining. It's very fast paced. Like I'm like, I had to read it a couple times to kind of like, you know, there are books that just flow, but yeah, you got to take it all in and everything. And I love that because it gives, to me, that makes it more worthwhile. You know, why back a book that you're just going to read and then be done with it, right? And that's happened. There's been some books that I backed, read, and was done. This is a book that you kind of breathe in, like Godlike, which is also over here. And I want to talk about that one later. But Graveyard Shift. So that's the John Malin. This is Graveyard Shift 4. Art style, completely different. Hold on, let me find a better page. Better page to show off. But the art style is very different in this book. This is by Jose Garcia. But it works. It's awesome. Graveyard Shift is a fun story. It's like John says, it's like Universal Monsters meets the X-Men. I need to get the supplementals, though. I don't have the supplementals, unfortunately. I have not been able to get that. This is the latest Graveyard Shift. Polton, John Malin. Who did the artwork inside of this one?
It looked like John Malin was back on it.
Tommy Patterson. No, not on this one. No, this is Tommy Patterson. Oh, that's right. This is the last work of Tommy Patterson. Unfortunately. But it's amazing work. And I'm not sure where you can get this book right now. John doesn't have a website. I don't think he sells stuff on eBay. In fact, one of the interesting things about John Malin, you could probably get it on eBay, but it's going to cost more because John Malin likes to do this thing where he crowdfunds. When the book's over, he doesn't do like 2 years in demand. He just does it 6 months. You get the book, and it's done. And then he sells everything, all the extras. I don't even think he hangs on to extras to go to like conventions and stuff. I think he just burns
That's crazy.
them. So it's like it ups the value. The book's worth more, but you got to get in on it while it's hot. I mean, and that's if you want the first printing and all that stuff, because it's not like it's gone forever. Obviously, he does these. What is it? What do you call this? Compendium or whatever? When he adds the two books
I would
together.
just call that the collection, the first collection.
Yeah. So he does do this, and to the shop savvy, what do you call it? Like this? You want to save a little bit of money. It actually is cheaper to buy those, but it's worth more to buy the first print. Because they do, and I've got a John Malin book, and I don't even know where that is. I've got that over here somewhere in this pile, but I got Black Riding Hood.
Oh no!
Yeah, dude, I got Black Riding Hood, $10. When I got that thing in the mail, I checked it out on eBay. It was going for $200.
Holy shit!
No shit, it was selling for $200. I paid $10 for it because he only made so many of them. And I was like, damn, I'm glad I bought back that. Now, I had no plan on selling it because I like that book. I think it's funny, and I like having it. It's just a fun keepsake, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
I should have bought two, and then I should have sold one, and then made money. I'd have gotten paid to back books, which is something I want to talk about here in a little while. Another reason crowdfunding is awesome. Now, in 5 years, Black Riding Hood, who knows if it's going to be worth something. It's like Star Wars toys.
Right.
back in the during like episode 3, I collected a bunch of Star Wars toys and collect like all the Star Wars collectible shit. Me and my buddy used to go to Walmart on Thursdays. We were those guys when they were unboxing the toys. We'd be there to get the first one, the one that we knew was going to be hard. I did that for like 1 year for the Star episode 3. I was having fun. Me and my buddy went over there. I was all about Jedi, because back then the Jedi were like, up until the prequel trilogy, Star Wars, all we had was the original Star Wars. So there was like this thing about like, oh, what's going to be popular? And I was like, oh, it's the Jedi, of course, because Luke was the only Jedi we had after Obi-Wan died. So I'm going to go get all the stuff that's related to Jedi. Mm-hmm. And then my buddy was like, nah, fuck that. It's the droids. I was like, droids? What are you, stupid? Who the fuck cares about droids? Holy shit, dude. He was right. Droids back then were selling like hotcakes, and you couldn't fucking give away the nobody gave a shit about the Jedi toys. I had all these Jedi toys, and I couldn't get rid of them.
That's insane.
But he could sell those droids day and night, man. And I was like, damn, I should have listened to him.
Yeah, my brother and his buddies from work, they're all into the Hot Wheels collecting things.
Yeah, that's still going, man. It's been going
for decades. But they always go for the ones that have this like little tattoo trademark that's hidden behind the car on the cardboard. So you gotta flip the toys upside down, look inside the plastic, and see if that trademark's behind the car on the cardboard, because that one's going to be a collector's piece. It doesn't matter what car it is. It could look like one of the normal ones, but if it has that little trademark on the back of it, it bumps up price like crazy.
Yeah, hell yeah, Ben. Malin's art is fucking amazing. I love his artwork. It's got a lot of energy. Like Rob Liefeld, you can see Rob Liefeld's influence on his artwork. A lot of fucking energy in those lines. I love his artwork. But yeah, dude, those Hot Wheels. Well, I used to work at Walgreens. I was like a manager in training over there. Okay. And Hot Wheel people, like toy people, used to come in, and they would always say, "Hey, I'm looking for Pops. I'm looking for this one Pops figurine." And I was like, "I got you, bro. I already got it back here. I already knew this thing." Like, yeah, fuck the kids. No kids. Let's be real, guys. All right. I know people are gonna be like, "Are you jackass? You hid that shit." Nah, let's be real. Kids don't go to Walgreens to buy toys. All right. But if you have a Walgreens exclusive Star Wars Pops figurine, it's like this big, and it's got like a snow speeder and shit in it. Yeah. Someone's gonna go looking for it, and so
got my big boy right here.
Yeah, Nightwing, hell yeah. And that's where you go, and you're like, okay, someone's gonna be looking for this thing, and we have like 20 of them. I'm gonna put 3 away in the back because I know there's a couple guys that come in and looking for that shit, and so I of course they would come in, and some of them are bartenders, and some of them are people that are lawyers, and sometimes those kind of people come in handy whenever you get into some shit or you need to get drunk. It's good to have friends, and that's how you do it.
Right.
Collectibles. That John Malin cover was, I didn't expect it to be a collectible, right? But it is a collectible. And that is a thing that happens in crowdfunding. Should we talk about 100%. That part right now? Because I've heard of
being in the indie scene, I've never looked at them as collectibles, but I've only looked at this scene as being passionate about other indie creators and what they're bringing to the table. Because I never look at this as like a value that I can mark up later on. I feel like this is more like a personal investment for yourself, not just to be sold out on eBay. I've always looked at it as like, these are out here. This is like my own little personal thing, because not a lot of people around me even do comics, but when you do specifically indie comics, that's when you know that you're doing something special for yourself and just for the people that are in that little space.
But to
me is way better than just going out and looking at the shelves and seeing what new Batman covers coming out or seeing what new, Deadpool is taking place or what. No, this is unique because it's from people that aren't in the space, and I really like that. I dig it.
So there's talk about Ethan Van Sciver, and I hate it when fucking channels don't say his name. There's certain people in the space.
Fuck it, we know who you mean. Just
late books. Just fucking say it, dude. Ethan Van Sciver. Late books. He never puts out anything. Oh my god!
I never said that name, but if that name comes to mind when I say it, you might
Ethan
be right.
Van Sciver, and this isn't even all of it, bro. This is like, and not to mention, this motherfucker's filled up.
Yeah,
this motherfucker's filled up with shit. And you want to say, oh, Ethan never puts out any fucking work? Well, holy crap, are you wrong, man? Because, and this is just the books alone, all right? I've got fucking, oh yeah, hold on. Because I've also got a fucking card binder, you know? I've also got, I can't even fucking reach it, dude. I've got his like, the Salamandroid mug. Got that.
Not only that, where'd you get that shirt from?
Comic Skate shirt. I've got the statues, the Cyberfrog Salamandroid PVCs. You know, like, so much shit out there. And how long has Comic Skate been around? How long did it since he started all this?
Why?
And I've got blood. And now, granted, a lot of these are like Blood Honey. I think there's a couple versions of Blood Honey. A couple. But that's not everything. I just got fucking Dark Harvest, and I love Dark Harvest. It was a fucking awesome book. That was like, that's like a gritty kind of like horror. You kind of get to see what's going on in some of the darker areas of this world, and I'm like, holy shit. I particularly think this is my favorite version of Blood Honey. It's the Ghost edition. It's got Diary of Heather Swain and Blood Honey kind of interweaving together, and like perfect. It's like perfect the way they're woven together, and I think this is a great book. If anyone who hasn't read Blood Honey, go get this version. It's hard. I know it looks blank, but it's like embossed on the side. It's Blood Honey. You can kind of see it like right there. You kind of see it. Anyway, but it's the Ultimate Edition. It's my favorite version of the story. Then you got Wrecked Planet. This is my favorite cover by Kelsey Shannon. Chromium. The fucking Chromium covers, dude. That's another thing. Collectibles, dude. Like, okay, I want to read the story. And let's be real here. The story is awesome. I like the story. It's fun. It's good. Fucking crazy. That's with the shit that's going on with the Vispas. Great characters. Everything in this book is awesome. Of course, the artwork is awesome. I'm sure. Yeah. I don't know if Ethan's sick of hearing it, but his artwork is fucking awesome.
Argue about the artwork. You're like, if you're dogging the artwork, you're just fucking hating right now.
But the story is cool, man. And you're not and the Chromium covers, that's fucking beautiful. And this is just $25. And it didn't just come with the Cyberfrog book.
I got Cyberfrog 2, I got Death Sting, I got
that's right,
other books that came with it.
Yeah,
and then I got
all
the
this shit.
Cyberfrog action figure up there on my bookshelf.
We got the PVC that came with the Blood Honey. Right. Like, you get so much stuff for $25, dude. Now that's where that's where I'm saying make it worth $25 when y'all are making a book. Make it worth $25 because not only are you getting like for the same price, you get Cyber Frog, and they're like, oh, but Ethan's late. Wah. I got a book that not only was badass to read, badass artwork, everything about it is top notch. The quality is top notch, and if I wanted, I could buy three copies of it, and then get paid to back this book because I can sell them the extras on eBay and actually make money off of it. I've seen people do it. The Cyber Frog works and all. I got that. And this is another Wreck Planet preview book. The Drained edition was awesome. It's just the line arts, and I got all 4 of those because there's 4 of those. The 4 Dale Keown covers. Art of John Malin. That was awesome because I love the artwork of John Malin. That was a different one. And then even better, Salamandroid. Like 2 look at these Okay, one of them is a reprint of the old Salamandroid, the color zine. But the Salamandroid Death Sting or whatever right here. Yeah. Awesome book. It's actually kind of liked it a little bit more than the other books. Because I love Salamandroid.
Shame on you.
It's because I love Salamandroid, dude. I love the design. I love that character.
It's an awesome character.
I fucking love drawing Salamandroid. In fact, I was just drawing Salamandroid. What the hell did I do with that? I was just drawing Salamandroid the other day. It's kind of a light colored sketch.
Blow it up.
Yeah, I'm blowing it up. Here we go. Let's see if I can make it look. Salamandroid. He's like,
oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I was like playing around with some like poses, and this was one that I thought was pretty cool. I want to do something similar, but I got to do something different with the head. But I like the pose, I like the hands. I want to try and do something like that on a bigger piece.
Yeah, you could do it.
Let's see here. Heartstick Horror, another badass book.
Yep,
this has a couple stories in it. I love this book because I love the book with the bear, the story with the bear in it. That's supposed to be Gabe El-Taib, and he's like, wouldn't it be crazy in this apocalyptic world if I could, have 3 pillows? Could I have 3 pillows?
Did he do different variant covers for that one too?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, because I got a different cover for that.
I think he has like one other variant. I think.
Okay, I got the different one than you.
You know what? The variants don't bother me because it's one thing to have like 30, 40 variants. Now, Blood Honey's getting there. And those Donald Trump covers, I feel like maybe one Donald Trump cover. There were like 4 or 3 or 4. I don't know. That's just me. I
understand
that's
marketing,
when it starts to get...
then there's going above.
Yeah, then it gets to be like, okay, this is, I don't know. This is kind of the thing that like I don't like about Marvel when they have 50 variant covers. But
yeah, I get cashing in, but cash in once.
Yeah, do like, I don't know. I mean, it's Ethan Van Sciver. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
But 3 or 4 versions of the same cover with different colors, that one kind of was like, I'm not backing. And I'm not like holding a grudge. I'm not like, God, motherfucker. I'm just like, all right. One of them's probably worth some money. I don't know. Maybe they're all worth money. I don't know who the fuck do I know. Oh, this shit. I got so much shit. All these books on my desk. Hold on. I got to move them before my keyboard falls off. All right. The deleted scenes has like the Cyberman in it that I was particularly like, there's this scene now. It's deleted scene, so I don't know. Ethan, is this canon? But I don't think it's supposed to be canon because there might be some stuff that was rewritten. I don't know. But I liked it nonetheless. This was really fucking awesome. I feel like it should have been in the book because there's a lot of Scorpion in there and Cyberman, and Scorpion bites the head off of Cyberman, and you can see the relationship between Scorpion, which is much like Salamandroid. I think he looks like Salamandroid. And Cyberman, Cyberfrog. Yeah. So you can see with their mother, he's like in a shitty, like the mother, he's very shitty to his mother, let's just say that. And but this is a really good book. Get this book. I think Ethan's having a sale right now, by the way. 4th of July sale. Anybody who's like watching this, if it's 4th of July and you can still go a Cyberfrog 9 or whatever over on eBay, he's got 4 beanies for like $10. You ever look at those deals?
That's how I got the 2 beanies that I got.
So he's got amazing deals. We had the Creed books. The Creed Reimaginary. Those came out of Ethan too. Oh, he doesn't do anything. And I'm going to be a little bit petty. And I'm happy with that. Because the way that fucking CG's been getting shit on lately, fuck you guys, man. Look at all this shit. So this is Cyberfrog Unforgettable Tales 4. We've got the floppy warts and all, which is like my reader copy. I like to go through this. This is the old Cyberfrog, 90s Cyberfrog.
Okay.
Awesomeness. Fucking love it. We had Snowman. The reprint, that was a reprinting of the original Snowman, but with new colors, I think. Great work.
Oh wow, those
Matt
those
Martin
white covers. Those white covers of Cyberfrog Blood Honey right now are only $30 on eBay.
Oh hell yeah, dude! It's worth it. It's got 2 books in it.
Oh, there's a silver cover too.
There's a silver one and a gold one. I might have all of them actually. And we had, well, let me take a look. He also did this campaign, Snowman, Cold Day in Hell by Matt Martin. Fucking awesome book. He's got this fearsome preview book. He's got the fucking... This is where value comes in, Jake. This is like, I don't know what you call it. It's like leather bound almost. It's not, I don't think it's leather, but it's supposed to like resemble leather, right? Okay. This is the warts and all hardcover with the sleeve. It comes with Frogapalooza. Now, he's got a new campaign, The Ultimate Warts and All, right?
Okay.
Where I think he combines both of these and maybe adds some extra
material.
Cheated?
You feel cheated that you got that and now there's a ultimate?
Okay. No. And I'm going to tell you why. Because they're not like this, right? If you want the book, you want to read it all, that's a cheaper way to get it, right? Okay. It's like a floppy. There might be a hardcover. I don't know the difference. And it's oversized. I think the new one's oversized. This one, it's like fucking gold leaf, like fucking, like, look at that on the book.
Dang.
The books. That's not what you're getting on the new book. This is really amazing. Cool. Yeah, and this thing is
that's like a compendium collector.
Yeah, this is like a collectible thing that's gonna be worth something, I feel. And I'm not gonna sell it because I love this thing, dude. This looks amazing on a shelf, especially next to the Blood Honey. And I really want to get the honeycomb box, but money's getting tight lately. But I want to get the honeycomb box and the Red X box and everything else. But so, oh my God, Ethan never fucking puts out anything.
Yeah, I think you can lay that argument to rest now.
Unforgettable Tales, Unforgettable Tales, Unforgettable Tales, Unforgettable Tales, Unforgettable Tales. I got the Blood Honey line art variant. Here's that silver edition. What is this? Another drained. The other drained. It's like there's so much Cyberfrog out there in the past 5 years, 7 years. I don't understand the argument, man. Oh, I missed one of my favorite ones. This is one of my favorite ones.
Bro, the Blood Honey silver cover by Ethan is being sold by Alex VRB.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. How much is he selling it for?
He's selling it for $15.
Well, get it. Because once they're up. They're gone, man. I'm noticing that the line art variants of all these things that used to be on his eBay store, they're gone. And whenever they sell back on eBay, good luck finding them. But so this is one of my favorite ones. This is also the John Malin artwork, but different. This is the Shane. Okay, this is why I bought this book. Ethan Van Sciver's Cyberfrog, John Malin's, hold on. Ethan Van Sciver's Cyberfrogs, The Art of John Malin's Shane Davis cover, signed by Ethan Van Sciver. That's funny. Jake, that's funny. Damn it.
It's hilarious, man. I'm trying to buy a book.
Oh. So I bought that book. I thought it was funny, and I had to get it. And it was like $10. But it's awesome. So suck it, Edwin Boyette. Cyberfrog fucking rocks. Ethan Van Sciver's doing just fine. And if Rainbow the Brute is a little bit taking longer than you're liking, then like that's what you're getting, man. You're getting shit that's gonna be good quality. And he's charging the same amount that you're getting everything else at, right? Like most crowdfunded books.
Right.
And he's not charging like fucking top G prices. What was the top G? Was that Andrew Tate? $100 for that collectible? Like, no thanks. I'm good over here. So, whatever. All right. I wanted to get out. That's another aspect of crowdfunding. You can you buy the books because they're funny. Sometimes you get a diamond in the rough. That's a fucking amazing book. And you're like, holy shit, I did not expect it to be this good. Sometimes you do expect it to be good, and it's everything you expected. And it's awesome and amazing. There's also the value of like what you get. Oh, I'll talk about that in a little bit. But right here with the Ethan Van Sciver stuff, not only are you getting great art, great story, top quality, but you're also going to get something that's worth something, down the line. And it's worth getting right now. So that's it. That's where I'm saying the quality and value comes in to backing these books.
And it's mine.
What'd you get? I only had minutes
I got
left.
The silver cover for Blood Honey.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, that's the same one as the white cover. It's just silver. It might be harder to get, more rare. I thought I had the gold cover somewhere, but I guess not.
I don't know, but I just got it for $15. Thanks, Alex. Don't know why you're giving it up like that.
Well, some people try to sell all their comic skate books because they're so angry.
Isn't it weird?
I'm like, $30, bro. I'll buy them all. $30.
It's hilarious that people are so angry at Comicsgate, but at the same fucking time, they start promoting to the same fucking people that are within Comicsgate or in the same goddamn circle.
Who do they think are buying books?
Yeah.
And there are a few people that are angry, just like there are a few really loud people on TikTok. That doesn't represent the majority of the human race.
Same people.
It's the same fucking people. So it's like, come on, guys. We're Comicsgate, man. We're buying books. We're making books. We're doing it. We're having fun doing it. And if you don't like Trashcast, then don't watch Trashcast. Stop talking shit. Like recently, this guy, Richard Ombre. I had never heard of the guy until he tried to quietly leave CG. Well, if you try to quietly leave, how come I know who you are? Like,
yeah,
I do know John's long box, but anyways, we're staying positive right now.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, dude, where's mine?
Here we go.
Oh, mine's back there.
Got my beanie.
Hell yeah, man. Cool. That's what I'm talking about. Comicsgate's awesome. Right here in the chat, Ben Soto's got an awesome book.
Oh yeah,
and he's in just a couple of days he's going to be launching another one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where's
I
it
got
at?
volume 2 of Trick and Treats coming to me.
Well, I just recently got volume 1.
Yeah.
A friend of mine sent it to me.
You're welcome.
And I'm enjoying it. I love anthologies. So just like I love reading anthologies. I have another anthology series that I want to talk about, but I'll talk for a minute. You go.
Sure.
Let's hear it.
No, you're good. So we went through Pitter Patter. I went through what else was it?
Octopus Cowboy.
Octopus Cowboy. We just talked about Cyberfrog 2. That was going to be my number 3. So I guess I'll move on to number 4, and I'll say Battle Brick Road from Eric Weathers.
Oh yeah, I didn't get that one, but that one I looked fucking awesome.
I'm gonna get Battle Brick Road 2 off of his website. Like, there's no question about it.
So this is from Eric Weathers,
and I got to put money towards Dragon Con right now. But yeah, the art in this one is also great. The colors are excellent.
Eric Weathers is the boss. Oh, let me make you big. Eric Weathers is the fucking man. He does great work. All right, here we go. This book looked awesome, but it was a toss-up for me between Mermaid, like Ariel Mermaid, or this, and or like Wizard of Oz or Little Mermaid. I
would go with Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
But anyway, but yeah, this takes place in like a dystopian Kansas, and it does reminisce of that of the Wizard of Oz. You know, you've got the flying monkeys, you've got the Tin Man, who basically wields an axe, and then you've got the Scarecrow, who's a sniper, and then you run into the Lion at the very end. He doesn't have big spot in this one. He just shows up, and then the book ends, and then it leads into Battle Brick Road 2, where he has more of a presence. But Battle Brick 1 follows the character Dorothy, and she's looking for her father, and she's got to go on this big epic adventure to go and find him. And going through it, it's very much like finding her way to Oz, like the Great Emerald City. She runs into like a AI type character that's one of the witches that's been interpreted as like a kind of like a Brainiac almost.
I like that. That's like a metal chick or something.
Yeah, but Dorothy defeats her the same way that she's defeated in the book, which is by dropping not a house on her, but like a
building
space pod or something like that drops out of the sky. And it's really cool. I like the way that he's changed it up a bit here. And it's to me it's like a Journey to the West mixed with Tomb Raider type feel to it, because it's a female lead. She's got that she's wielding guns, you know, she's very strong and not big-headed, but strong-willed, and just, you know, on the lookout to find her father, much like the Tomb Raider reboot was. But it's a really good book. The colors and everything are just great. Eric Weathers really knocked it out of the park with this one. I highly recommend it. As you can see right there, the Tin Man's about to wield his axe and kill her.
Oh, yeah, hold on. Let me make it big again. Yeah.
Like the Tin Man's about to...
I like his design.
Yeah, I do too. So this little mask piece that he has on his face right here was actually put on him and a bunch of the other civilians in the community by the Wicked Witch. So right now he's being controlled by the Wicked Witch, and he's going out killing people that are going to be a threat to her reign. And somehow it gets messed up and glitches, and like you can see right here up at the top. And so he still wears it, but he doesn't take it off. It's like cybernetically in his face, like on his mind. So he can't take it off. So it's a really cool design that he has throughout the book. This is a really good book. I love this.
Dude, I like the artwork, man. This just, and the colors and everything mesh really well together.
Oh, yeah. This looks like she's got her little dog Toto as a flying orb. We know how much you love orbs.
Yeah. Well, this orb has like, I don't know, guns or something. It looks like the orbs.
They tase, they shoot, they do everything.
It looks. Then, have you seen Oblivion?
Yeah.
Hold on. All right, Oblivion. When did this book come out? Because either they ripped it off of him or he ripped it off. No, actually, it's those arm things that look. It's like the. Damn it!
But you see the yellow brick road right here in this panel. Like, you have to have a code to unlock it at a monolith, and only this group, it only appears when they walk above it. So it'll disappear behind them, and it'll appear under them, and then out in front of them, it just looks like grass. So as long as they're on the path, the ground will turn into the yellow brick road as they go forward. But behind them, it'll start to disperse and break up again, so nobody can find it, because you have to have a special code embedded to be able to walk it. It's a really cool idea.
It's those detachable arm things.
Yeah.
It's like
that's this. And then at the end of the book, 6 a.m. does a little short story for Dorothy and Toto in the back of the book. I love this chibi art style that he does.
Oh, and I like 6 a.m. Yeah, dude, it does great
he does
work.
great work.
That's cool. That's like okay. So you have like a separate, like a little extra story at the end. It's different. It's not like you're gonna get confused reading it and be like,
no, not at all.
I like that he did that. He has different artworks. You know, that's like the supplementals for Inglorious Rex, different art, and the same thing. Graveyard Shift, everything's done with like a different artist, so you get a different vibe almost every time you read a book. So that's cool, man. That looks really awesome. Eric Weathers, he's got a website, right, where he can get that.
Yeah, it's battlebrickroad.com.
And that was Battlebrick Road 1? Because he just did 2, didn't he?
Yeah, 1. Yeah, he just finished up 2. I guess he's working on 3 now. Putting the link in the comics just in case anybody wants to check it out.
Yeah, thanks for putting the links in there. Pitter Patter's in there too. Anybody who's watching later down the line, you can go look at the live chat and there's links in the chat. Battle Brick Road. That was an awesome looking book. I didn't get like I said, I got Merkmaid. I haven't gotten it yet. I guess they're still working on it. Jose Garcia. Right. Was he the one that did the interiors for that, or he did just do covers?
Eric?
No. The Ariel Merkmaid.
Oh, Merkmaid. I'm not sure who did all of it. I don't even remember who wrote it.
I know Jose Garcia did a lot of
Jose Garcia. He's done a lot, covers. Dude. Like I have his 2 volumes of Lumina Vox I haven't even read yet, but I need to dive into those because they look gnarly.
What we had him on the show the other day. What book was it that he where did I put it? I got
Immortal Rising.
Immortal Rising. Do I have that here with me? Because I have that in my stack here. No, this is all the new stuff.
Did I send you an Immortal Rising?
No, I backed it.
Oh, okay.
And then it came in.
Well, that wasn't Jose Garcia, was it? Because that one that we looked at, that we had the guy on, that was Infinitale Chronicles. That wasn't Immortal Rising. That's a different book.
Okay, yeah, but I might have.
You did back Immortal Rising.
Yeah, but I don't remember which one was the Jose Garcia book. That I was like, you know what? There are 2
Immortal
issues.
Rising. That's
Immortal Rising.
That's the one from the Grody review. But we actually had on Infinitale Chronicles to promote his campaign because
that's right. I
bought the bundle. And they stream together, so I can see how it's difficult to.
Yeah, no, we were talking about Jose Garcia because I was like, you know what, that artist that looks like from Graveyard Shift, that one Graveyard Shift that had and I'm like, but then I had to backtrack because it sounded like I don't like Jose Garcia's artwork in Graveyard Shift, and that's not true. I like it. I didn't like 2 pages of it. And now I don't even know what
they're so picky.
Yeah, but that's only, dude. Do I need to show him? I'll show him, and I'll tell you. I'll show you exactly. No. Let's move forward. You know what? All right. You know what? I'll do it. I'll show him. And it's not bad. They're not bad at all. It's just not what I was going.
I forgot where I put my old Mortal Rising. It's somewhere in my short box.
Oh, which one was it, dude?
Like I have a short box completely dedicated to Comicsgate and indie comics, and then I have my long boxes that are nothing but DC comics. But my short box, that thing's nice. Like it's felt. It's got a zip lock on it, so you can open it in there. It's not cardboard. It's very fancy for indie comics.
And what is it? A long box?
It's a short box. It's long box X, but it's shorter and stands taller. So instead,
I like some of those printed long box. I don't have any, but I've seen some pretty cool. Alterna Comics has some really cool, long short boxes.
Oh my god, this fucker's heavy. Yeah, this is my short box. Like it's very felt. It's got handles on the side and everything.
Oh, nice.
And it's got a zip on the top for you, so you can close it. Yeah, so it's kind of weatherproof, kind of not.
Oh, that's like a fancy ass.
Yeah, but yeah,
comic box.
But all my DC comics are in the fucking cardboard long boxes.
Yeah, I got 4 long boxes, the BCW long boxes, and I'm like filled with comics. Yeah, and it's only 4. There's okay. So when I had a comic book collection growing up, and then during Hurricane Brett,
Katrina? Oh, okay.
No, it was before Katrina. Hurricane Brett hit like around the Corpus area, and we had to like leave. We went actually we went into Corpus because if we got flooded out in the country, this is when I lived in the country. If we got flooded out there, it'd be hard to get into town. So we went into town because the hurricane is going to hit. If it hits one, it's going to hit both of us. So we're safer in the city, than we are actually closer to the coast, but we're actually safer over there than we are out in the country. So we went the only car. You ever see those movies where it's like you're the only, like in Independence Day? Independence Day. Whenever he's like, all these people trying to get out of DC, where the hell are schmucks trying to get in? That was me like going into Corpus Christi to Hurricane Brett. Anyways, during Hurricane Brett, some jackass, and we know who it was, broke into our house, stole a bunch of shit, including more important than my comic book collection, but they stole my comic book collection. And it took me, like, when I got old enough and I got a job and was able to start buying books again, not only did I buy my comic book collection back, because I had like 40 books, right? 40 books that I was like really liked. I not only had to get them all, but now I've got 4 long boxes. And this guy was telling me once, hey man, I've got a comic book collection I want to sell. And I was like, how many books you got in your collection? Because I mean, what's a collection to you? I've got 4 long boxes, that's my collection. And he's like, oh, well, my parents own a comic book store, so I got like 30, 40 long boxes. And I was like, holy shit, dude. And there might have even been more than that. And we're talking like long boxes, 30 or 40 long boxes of like the real shit. And I'm like,
damn.
Expensive ass comics. So felt stupid. Anyways, I got 4 long boxes and I don't even know what to do with them because they're just buried over there, dude. I feel bad. I want to pull them out and look at them and read them and draw.
Pull them out, read them, do some videos on them.
Yeah.
Man.
Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to sell them because there's no point in having them just sitting there. They're comics. They got to be read.
What are they? What are they full of? Like, what are your collections of? X-Men and what else?
All right, so I got X-Men. I got a lot of X-Men and spin-offs. So I've got like the X-Men, Jim Lee's. I've got the X Factors. I've got like the first 120 X Factors, and then I've got Wolverine. I've got a shitload of Wolverines. I got X-Force. Then I got Spider-Man. A lot of Spectacular Spider-Man. And like not like necessarily like a run of Spider-Man, but just like a bunch of random ass Spider-Man shit. Todd McFarlane, I got a lot of Todd McFarlane Spider-Mans. I got like Venom, the Max. I've got a shitload of Spawns. I got like over 100 Spawn comics. Tarot, Witch of the Black Rose, if you ever heard of that. But Jim Ballant, big titties, witches and monsters. There's like this one big titty mermaid, but she's a shark and her belly is like a shark. And but anyways, like lots of fun nudity, naked chicks running around. It's a fun one. Tarot, Witch of the Black Rose. Jim Ballant used to do Catwoman. He does a lot of. He's good at drawing the ladies. Let's say that.
Okay.
What else have I got in? I've got a bunch of different random shit. Image. I got a bunch of other weird random shit. I guess those are the main runs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Mostly X-Men.
Right.
X-Men and Wolverine. And Max and Spawn. Anyways, so what was I talking now? So this guy had like a shitload of comics. And he's trying to sell his parents' comic book store, basically. I haven't talked to him in a minute. I don't know what happened with that. But now I've got a whole new comic book collection that I actually appreciate more, than I do most of. I've got like half of my, maybe one entire long box full of stuff that I don't even care about. Old comics that I don't care.
Right.
That a couple years ago, working at the school, I did a retro party at the last day of school. We got like pizza and chips and soda, and I brought my Super Nintendo and put it on a projector, and we projected the Super Nintendo on the wall, and we're playing Super Nintendo. I had Ninja Turtles playing, on the other wall. I had like music, It was fun. It was awesome. And then I had a big stack of a bunch of comics like Power Rangers and some Ninja Turtles and some. What else did I have, dude? I had like X-Men, some old Spider-Mans, Batman. I had a lot of Batmans I was getting rid of. Basically, just like a big old stack of comics that I don't really read, I didn't really care about, but I looked through them all and they were all fine. And I was just like handing them out, letting the kids take them. So, and that was so much fun. They liked it. And years later, I was seeing these kids in junior high and high school, and they're coming up to me and they're like, because my kids are in high school with them, and so I see them every now and then, and they're like, I still have that comic book, and man, I like comics so much. I go to the comic book store and I buy comics all the time. I love comic books, and I was like, dude, I love that. That is so awesome to hear. You know, like, keep it going, man.
That's the way to keep the business going, is by just handing them out to kids, because you never know when you're going to strike somebody's passion for comics that they didn't know that they had. That's the whole way I got into Comicsgate.
And they like Cyberfrog. We looked at like Cyberfrog Blood Honey, and that's fine for junior high. That's fine,
sure,
for that age group. And they like Cyberfrog. Kids like Cyberfrog. That's going to be a popular IP. I feel like when he gets further down the line and he tries to get out in the stores and everything, I think he's going to fucking kill it when he gets out there.
Okay.
But because that's a popular character. And otherwise, what I was going to get with that is I can't really show kids like Graveyard Shift. I can't, like, a lot of these indie comics. So I'm like, dude, that's badass. You're buying like Spider-Man. Hell yeah. I want to be like, what indie comic can I like hand off to, say, oh man, what's a good indie comic that I can hand to you? That's a good one. Wolf and Batsy. I go like, no, I can't do that. That's not good. But there was one that was pretty good. And I was real happy that I backed. Nora's Saga. Remember that?
I do remember that.
There was like
working at Walmart and being on the shelves in Walmart.
That was part of the big debacle with that. They were selling them at Walmart. They had issues 1 through something or other. But then this book came out, and it had the finalized story. It had like the last issues that I don't think ended up in Walmart. They might have it later as separate issues, but like this is the first time. Yeah, this is the first time you had the complete story. And Nora's Saga, Kelsey Shannon's artwork. It's a fun story. It's got like Vikings, like mythology-esque type of story. It's beautiful artwork. I fucking love Kelsey Shannon's artwork, man.
Yeah, I tried reading Nora's Saga. I couldn't get into it myself, but I was reading Nora's Saga. I was reading The Red Rooster, but the one that captured me from those comics was Bass Reeves, and that was based
read that one.
So Bass Reeves was one of the first, if not the first, like black sheriff in that area, and it's a really cool book, really cool comic. I guess I have a thing for westerns that I didn't know that I actually had, but Octopus Cowboy. But Bass Reeves, it's inspired by a real life events that happened to an actual sheriff, a black sheriff named Bass Reeves, and it revolves around all that and the things that that entailed with him.
Oh yeah,
it's a really good read. Bass Reeves is a good one if you can find it.
Awesome. And who is that by? That was
same people that did Nora.
Brett Weisers. Is that what it was? The Brett Weisers.
Mm-hmm.
I keep hearing their name. I don't know a lot. I hear names, and that's
I forget what the company's name was that did that. Yeah, Bass Reeves is the real life U.S. Marshal that the Lone Ranger was based on. Boom.
Yeah, Ben. Hey, we still got viewers. Nice.
Ben with the information.
There we go.
Thank you, Ben. Allegiance Arts.
Arts. There we go. Allegiance Arts. Yeah. I remember hearing about the Red Rooster. That's the one that had a problem with Walmart, right? Like they were going to go to Walmart.
Their logo reminded me of like Mattel's logo, like the spiky red circle with just Allegiance Arts in the middle.
Oh, that reminds me of Spiky Red Circle. Another great book. Shadowpunk. It's a blue circle. Damn it! I thought that was a red circle. That was gonna be so fucking cool if it was a spiky red circle. It's blue. It's a blue circle. Shadowpunk. This is a cool book, man. This is another book that I enjoyed reading. I had a good time. we had talked to him on, was that Dojo's channel? That's
Yes, yeah, it was Dojo's. I remember making that banner specifically.
Matt Simichek or whatever. What's his? It's Shadowpunk, but is that what he goes by on Twitter? It's not Shadowpunk on Twitter.
Yeah, he goes by Shadowpunk on Twitter.
Is it Shadowpunk on Twitter? He makes fucking badass 3D models, as well as badass comic books.
Mm-hmm.
But this was a fun book. We actually reviewed this book recently. This was another fun backing. Because we had a good conversation with that guy. I remember talking to him about the book and everything on Dojo's channel, and I was like sold on it. Normally, I probably wouldn't have backed it. I did like the artwork on the cover, and I like futuristic, not macabre. What was that? That stark futuristic shit. It's like apocalyptic kind of shit. Like for example, Blade Runner. So yesterday I woke up and I watched Blade Runner when I wake. Who doesn't do that? Do you do that? You have to do that.
I do
the first
that.
Blade Runner. You wake up, you watch Blade Runner. You don't have anything to do for the day. I'm not feeling great, so I'm gonna watch Blade Runner. Dystopian. Thank you, Ben. That's all. That's what I'm looking for. Dystopian. And so I wake up and watch Blade Runner, and I'm like, hell yeah. And then later I go out in the living room, and my kids are out watching anime, and I'm like, yeah. What are you watching this shit? And not that anime is horrible. There's some good ones out there.
I know how you feel.
But I was like, she watches the same. She watched Dr. Stone. Are you familiar with Dr. Stone?
Yeah, I'm familiar with Dr. Stone.
It's not like the worst show. It's not bad. It's just she's watched it like 7 times in a row, the whole thing.
No.
And in a row, she'll finish the last episode and then instantly start the first episode. I'm not knocking that because I'll do that with Star Trek or Stargate SG-1.
If she needs something that's going to take if you need something that's going to take a long time to get through, tell her to go watch One Piece.
Done it. Been there. Now we're doing Dragon Slayer or Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer, good one.
We're doing Demon Slayer right now. Yeah, again.
I prefer the actual manga over the show, honestly.
Well, that's I haven't read the manga.
Manga's better.
They say that until you watch Berserk, because I was sold 100 days and nights about fucking Berserk because that anime, they are so fucking amazing. I've read Berserk, at least the first 2 or 3 big ass fucking Bibles out of 14, and was not impressed. All right, enough little boys getting raped by their commanding officers in battle, but apparently the anime is amazing, and some of it looks all right, but it didn't look as good as Demon Slayer. I will say that.
I'll say Chainsaw Man. The anime was better than the books.
That's a tough one because I have the first book, and I have seen the anime.
Well,
and the anime is good.
I stopped reading Chainsaw Man after the first volume, but I went and watched a show, and I was like, okay, I'm behind it.
You know what? I haven't read the other one, so I couldn't say the book's better because I'm in the same boat as you. I read the first one, and then went and watched the anime, and I didn't feel like I needed to go back and read the books anymore.
Nope.
Either way, the story's all like the story's there. It's all right. It's a pervy guy who's got a chainsaw demon in him, and he wants to touch boobies. Can't go wrong with that.
Hey, whatever helps you get to be a hero, man.
Right? And his little puppy dog thing was cute. That's fun.
Yeah.
Little chainsaw demon dog.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Just looks like any other Digimon that you've ever seen before.
It does look like a Digimon, right?
Yeah.
Like a Pokemon, like a B-tier Pokemon that didn't make the team.
Just a little plump pillow with a chainsaw sticking out.
So we go in there, and she's watching Demon Slayer, and I'm like, again? You got to stop watching the same shit over and over again. I just watched Blade Runner. Let's watch Blade Runner. And she's like, Blade Runner? And I was like, it's amazing. And so we put on Blade Runner. And the dystopian, talking about Shadowpunk. I love the dystopia kind of thing. Blade Runner's fucking amazing movie. And I was a little worried because I couldn't remember if there were any scenes that were like bad. for kids to watch
in Blade Runner? I don't believe there was.
Like, nudity's not a big deal. Like, little bits of nudity here and there.
I don't even think there was that much nudity in it.
There's only that one scene where he's like about to kill the pleasure lady, or the robot with the snake, and she's like undressed. She's like in her dressing room, and he's like, anyways, yeah. Blade Runner's an awesome movie.
If you want to flip your daughter's shit, tell her to go watch the original Total Recall.
We've watched Total Recall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like that's not that big a deal. It's like the scenes, right? It's like the sex scenes is where you're like, fast forward. I don't want to watch that shit. If you got like whatever popping up here and there, it's not a big deal. But anyway, so bringing it back to the books.
Good call.
Shadowpunk.
Go
get Shadowpunk, man. That was a fun book to read. You got any more? I got a whole stack of them. I can go all night, but I don't want to talk all night. This completes
my top 5, but I still have some shout-outs for other ones that I have over here.
Awesome.
So my last one for my top 5, Reaper Destroyer.
Oh, dude. Okay. Now, I haven't been going by my top books. I'm just picking off the tops. But
I understand, but I just did my top 5 that I've like read, reviewed, backed so far, and then I have ones that are honorable mentions.
Yeah, and I've got to say something about that book, dude. Here we go. Reaper Destroyer. Talk about getting your fucking bang for your buck. Not only is this story badass, is the artwork badass, but I got a lot of cool shit to go along with it, man. Including a metal print, like a little metal card thing.
I got that too. I got all 4 covers, the metal print, the art piece. Yeah, dude.
Let me make myself bigger real quick to show that off, because
go for it,
dude. Joe Sontag fucking killed it with this campaign. That is so fucking cool. Look at that. Isn't that amazing?
That's a great piece.
Oh, and then of course we got some cards. We got a 6 a.m. sticker. You know, some extra prints here. I need to put those cards in my binder. And then, of course, we got the book itself and the little mini ash can black and white preview book.
Nice.
Like, dude, this was a hell of a campaign that had a lot of fun stuff in the campaign.
100%.
Absolutely
good
worth
book
it.
too. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. This was this book I might hold its value because it's so good. I think it might actually be something that's going to be worth.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting for Reaper Destroyer too. Like as soon as it launches, I'm backing it, no question.
Yeah, and he's been talking about it on Twitter. But yeah, man, Reaper Destroyer, that's one of my top books. Definitely got my money's worth out of that book, man. I was happy to back it.
Yeah. And we did a Grota review of it over on my channel. Go check it out. And then when Joe saw our review of it, he actually wanted to talk to us about it even more, but I couldn't do it because I was out of town that week. But we had him over on your channel.
That's right. That was my channel when we did that.
And yeah, dude, I enjoyed listening to that.
And Joe's a cool guy, man.
He is, dude. Very down to earth, very chill.
He kind of steers clear of the drama.
Yeah.
But he's I don't know, his channel's fun. It's one of the good channels to watch. Go check out Joe Sontag. Yeah. He wants to be called Ronin Joe, but we'll just go in his chat and tell him, "Hey, Joe and Sontag."
Yeah,
that's
you're
his
just
name.
Joe.
Joe,
I don't know where the Ronin came from, but you're Joe.
I'm not calling you Ronin Joe. But that's cool if you want to be called a Ronin Joe.
Yeah,
everybody's got a code name. It's all right. It's not weird.
For some reason, people are starting to linger on our channels more, and they're starting to call me Jake instead of Bionic Bro, and I'm like, oh, it's fading away. No.
Oh, is it because I call you Jake? Because I'm like, and here's Jake. I mean Bionic Bro.
Yeah.
Well, because, no, man. You're Jake.
Yeah, I'm Jake.
All right. Here's another one that was fucking badass and worth the money, but I don't remember which one is the first one. Oh yeah, this one. Kordrath. The Reckoning. Kordrath. Okay. All right. This book came with some pretty pretty cool extras. Some trading cards.
Core Draft was not the Barton brothers, was it?
No, that's Andy. Okay. It's Andy Smith.
Okay.
Andy Smith. And he signed it for me. Andy Smith is awesome. He's a nice guy. It's a Core Draft. This is like Conan the Barbarian. It's like CG's Conan the Barbarian. Now, you know, I'm going to pull it out, and we're going to take a look at the artwork. Because, and it was actually a lot of fun to read. Like, not only is it a cool story, badass fucking artwork by Andy Smith. And I'm going to make myself big for this real quick. All right. Core Draft had some fucking awesome artwork.
Hell yeah.
It's not the Tatas page, is it? Because there's a page with Tatas. Not that I give a shit. I'll put it on my channel. But look at that fucking cover, man. Look at that thing. Look at that snake thing in the back. And I like the bat chick too. That's cool. But that I like that snake. Core Draft. And then it's got, I'm not going to spoil the ending, but it's got a pretty fun little ending. But yeah, dude, this was a really cool book. And then when he put out a part 2, and it came with a lot of fun stuff, including, and Jake, I'm gonna I appreciate this. Tell me what you think of this. A letter of appreciation. I also got a letter of appreciation from Aaron Lopresti for his Kid Carter.
Kid Carter, another good one.
When we're like going to campaigns, I just want to say, I particularly appreciate the thank you for helping me make it happen letter. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, Kid Carter. Fuck yeah, dude. One. Yeah, this is another one of my favorites. And I also got a letter from him on that. I'll actually save those letters because I appreciate getting a thank you very much backer letter. You know what I mean? Definitely. It's important because these are crowd funds. You're not going to a store and we hear an argument like, "Well, this isn't a storefront. We're backing books. We're crowdfunding to make the book happen." Well, that's why something like this is important, because we are backing projects and we're helping creators, supporting guys make it happen. And a thank you letter goes a long way with me, man. And it might go a long way. I got Dojo sent me a thank you letter and I talk to him like all the time. So I appreciate it. Mandy Summers, she sent me a thank you letter for.
Yeah. I actually got one from Elliot Rodriguez when he sent me his preview book for Ominous. So there's the handwritten one from Elliot.
Dude, huh? It's handwritten?
Yeah. He gave me a lot of shit too. He gave me a bookmark to go with the thank you letter. He gave me an art print that goes with it. I
know it's just a printed sheet of paper, but I appreciate the sentiment. It makes me feel good. Like I'm not just throwing money at somebody or whatever for whatever.
Yeah, when you get those personal ones, it feels like they're actually like talking to you, and it's like, man, thanks for fucking being part of this and inspiring me to continue doing it.
Yeah, Andy Smith and Aaron Lopresti and everybody who does that, y'all are gentlemen, and I appreciate you. And I wanted to take some time to expressly talk about that in particular, those letters. I do appreciate getting those letters, and so thank you for sending me that letter. And I keep going because I think that's a good touch. It's whatever you call that. I don't know, humble,
sentimental.
There you go. And I like that. They're good guys. Core Draft Part 2 was another continuation. Awesome artwork. He's not slacking. Andy Smith is badass. I fucking love his artwork. This is a book that definitely, deserves to get. And he did a different, like a special or something this Christmas, and no, it didn't tell anybody. But this is a great book, and I can't wait for Part 3 to come out. Again, with the extras. Again, with the letter. I got the letter in here. It's probably the exact same thing, but got the print. I don't know what to do with prints, but I like that this one's comic book size, so I can put it in the comic books.
There you go.
And then I'm not going to hang it on my wall or anything, but it's nice to have in the sleeve, and I can put the book in there with it.
Yeah.
And I like that. It's like a nice little package. And totally worth the $25 that I spent on this campaign. You know, Core Draft was awesome. Andy Smith is awesome. He does great work. Ciao. Intrepid. Oh, this one came with a bunch. Okay, that was the first book. What else? We got Shadowpunk. Here's a fun honorable mention that you just sent me that I'm enjoying. Bolt Action.
Buddy.
Bolt Action.
You're welcome.
Yeah, man, appreciate that. Bolt Action 1, 2, and 3 over here. I haven't even finished the first one yet, but
the first one is my favorite.
Bolt Action is a cool concept from what I've seen.
You got your ticket, right?
Oh yeah, it's my
okay.
Right,
you can only get into the Bolt Action cinema with the ticket.
I appreciate that. And I'm gonna make myself big one more time, just to show this off, because this was a really nice touch, a really cool idea. It came with this ticket, which I don't want to lose my place in the book, so it came with the Bolt Action ticket. Why would? And okay, so that's fun. It's a fun read, but you know what? On the page 1, 10 minutes until showtime, everybody. Let's see here.
It's such phenomenal art.
Yeah, the artwork is. Oh, I got to show a particular page out of this. The fucking. Oh, not that page. Holy shit. Can I show this page? Okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with this page. I can't show a couple of pages, and you know why, but
yeah,
like the fucking artwork in this is a bit. Oh shit, there it is. Wrong way. It's prevalent throughout this whole book. But this is a fucking awesome artwork. But on page 1 here, it says, have them sweet tickets out and ready. Oh, you enjoy the end of the line. You enjoy the end of the line? No. I think he meant to say you there, but it says you, the end of the line. It's okay, sweetie. Every line has an end, right? First time at the Bolt, I assume? Yep. You are in the right place. That is, as long as you have a ticket. Do you have a ticket? Don't you? Don't you? Do you have? Well, yes, I do. It's right here. Thank you very much. I got it right here. So I can enjoy the movie or the comic book or whatever. It's a nice touch. And then it's an anthology. It's got like a bunch of different stories, movie stories. You, the reader, are part of if you have your ticket. Bolt Action. That's a really cool concept.
100%.
That's like, that should be like a movie. How come movies don't do shorts like Imagine? What was that one? Is it Dreams? What's the one called? Okay.
Inception?
There's an anime. No, there's an anime that had it was like 3 different short stories, the whole movie. And one of them, there was like a space on it. It was like they're in space and they're going, these space guys were looking for the derelict ship, and then the ship is haunted, and it's got like this opera singer. And then the next story is about it's like a gas is taking over and killing everything, and the army's coming out to stop the gas, and it turns out it was like this guy who got poisoned. Right. And then the third one, I don't remember the third one, but is it Imagination or Dreams or something like that?
See, what's cool about Bolt Action is that there's a story in between the movies, which are the anthology stories with them. But in between those, they give like the breaks like the old 70s movies would do. Be like, all right, we have an intermission. Come get your popcorn, go outside, grab a smoke, do whatever you need. We'll be back in 15 minutes. And commercial break crazy in between those films.
See, yeah, like that'd be a cool movie in itself, right? Why don't they do movie anthologies like that? I think that'd be worth going to the movies if there was like, you're gonna get 3 or 4 short stories, but then there's like Elvira or some shit and some weird shit unfolding, kind of like Mystery Science Theater 3000. Yep. There's like a story happening, and then they're forced to watch these movies, but they make fun of the movies, and it's different than Bolt Action. You're actually, anyways, you get the idea. The multiple movies with storylines tying it all together. in a neat little magazine style comic book,
Right.
Bolt Action. That's a really
Let's
fun
put it in
book.
perspective so people actually go get Bolt Action. So it starts out with the what do you call her that gives you the ticket? The
The
the head
concession, like no,
the head concession. Anyway, the
ticket lady.
headmaster, or I forget what you call them. But anyway,
Keep,
she set it
keep
up.
talking.
She's
I'll make
down
you
the
big for a
alleyway.
second.
She's guiding everybody that's in line trying to get to the Bolt Theater.
I'll
But
be right
you
back.
have to have your ticket. You can't get in unless you have this ticket. But if you have this ticket, you're fucked. But it's really cool because all these like dead, lifeless people are just walking into this theater because it's essentially you're walking into hell. Like this, going into this theater is torture. But there are films that are the anthology stories that they get entertained with before they go to their final resting place. But these two detectives are like investigating the Bolt Action Theater because they've seen this thing randomly pop up at different locations. It's not set in one location. In the second book, it pops up in a swamp down in Louisiana by the bayou. So it just pops up randomly wherever it senses evil. That's where the Bolt Action Theater goes and gets those criminals. So everybody that's actually lined up into the Bolt Theater has been a criminal at one point or another. It's really cool.
That sounds like a really fun idea for like a comic book that could also be a movie. Like it seems like it should be a movie.
Oh, definitely. I'd watch the hell out of it. I'd be scared shitless the whole time, but I'd watch it.
Recently in another book that you sent me, Ominous.
Yes.
I enjoy this preview. If you missed out on the first time around, my chair keeps sinking. There we go. If you missed out on the first time around, Ominous, by oh my god, dude, my brain just freaking farted out.
Elliot Rodriguez.
Sorry, Elliot. Ominous by Elliot Rodriguez it's like not a second chance campaign because what he did was he redid the book, right? He went and added some extra stuff in it. So this is like the preview of this new book. He calls it a preview book for the Ominous, but it's not because it's separate from the later Ominous story. This kind of like what his current campaign right now is. It's like a 10 or something page story that gets you into the world of Ominous right now. He's crowdfunding right now. Go check it out because this is fun, dude. The artwork's badass.
Link is now in the chat.
Now the one he has, he's like revamped it, made it like cleaned it up, made it look a lot better. But it's got like Deathmonger, fucking badass looking characters. Not going to show too much of it because he's crowdfunding it right now, and you can get the better version, the cleaned up version of this book with like better font, text, or whatever, like the colors for the lettering, onomatopoeias, like sound effects and stuff. He's got all that added in there, and some extras at the end of that book, so it looks pretty cool. So go back that book right now. He got that thing funded, in like a day?
Yeah.
Good job, Elliot, man.
Yeah, he launched it on his own channel too, which says a lot about people like supporting him. He does so much for this indie scene anyway. Like this is the piece that he did for me.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna make you big for that because that is an amazing piece of artwork. Look at that. Yeah,
when he showed me this, I was like, dude, I want the original copy. And he was like, are you gonna put it on your campaign? I was like, fuck no. This is mine.
Yeah, you got to keep that one.
Yeah. But yeah, this is for my brother Kit campaign that he did that for me, and he's done a lot of pieces for a lot of people in the community. Man, he's
he's everywhere on. You see him on Twitter. That Ninja Turtle piece is still making the rounds.
No shit,
badass.
Yeah, I think the Kings actually mentioned his TMNT art piece as the standard that all the other art pieces should be going against.
Oh, speaking of which, when is that book launching?
Which one?
Brother Kit.
I don't know. I'm gonna start reaching out to people to see if they'll have a launch for me because As fun as our shows have become on our channels now, actually getting people coming in and viewing it and hanging out with us.
Hell
Still
yeah!
need
Thanks everybody.
Bigger audience to launch this one.
Yeah, well, they're not going to want to miss out because I have Cobalt here, which is on the top of my list of badass books that came out.
Nuh-uh.
I'm not shitting you, man, because I fucking love this artwork. This is like artwork that comic books, like this is like pro shit right here, man. And I don't know how you got them, but this is like. Plus, this came with that metal card, dude. Cobalt, which I can't wait for issue 3 to be coming out. But Cobalt looks fucking badass. Let me open up Cobalt 2.
I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that.
No, I'm bringing it up because this deserves to get brought up, man. This is up there. This is like one of the top arts. Like the artwork in this book is one of the top artists, I've seen in these indie comic books. So this has to get out there. And Brother Kit, it's not the same artist, but same creator. And this is a cool story, man. I like the story. It's like a not a post-apocalyptic, because it's not like the end of the world, but it's kind of like that. Is it like cyberpunk? What would you call the genre? It's like cyberpunk, right?
Yeah, it's cyberpunk. It's got like that cyberpunk. It's based in Atlanta. It's kind of like a Blade Runner-esque type setting, but it's definitely within like the vigilante aspect, but it does have that like hard-boiled detective aspect to it with having to solve something going on.
Yeah. And I like the vigilante, the vigilante thing in a like a cyber. It's like he's not like fucking super powered. It's not like he's got like a robotics mecha suit or anything, or even like in Cyberpunk 2077, like the upgrades and shit. No, it's a dude. He's like Robin. He's like, or Nightwing. He's like, there's a badass going out there kicking ass, trying to do the right thing. And trouble ensues with the gangs of the time. But anyways, this was a fucking great book, dude.
Appreciate it.
You got good characters in this book, and I can't wait for the next one. But I had to bring this one up because this is one of the better ones.
Appreciate it.
And anybody who gets this is Phoenix Press. Is that the card?
No, Phoenix Animations.
That's right. Yeah, Phoenix. I met that guy.
Phoenix Press does the Screecher book.
Oh, is that right? Screecher. I don't know that one.
Yeah, Screecher. It's like it's Batgirl-esque. It's a chick in like an owl type costume. She rides a motorcycle, does the vigilante thing. I haven't read it, but it seems to be doing really well. Like his audience really enjoys that book, so it might be one to pop on. Okay,
that's interesting. Well, I liked that book. I thought it was fucking awesome.
Thank you.
I didn't get to back. I didn't own around. I don't think I didn't catch the first one. You ended up sitting.
I was up and coming in 2021. That's when I launched the first one.
2021. I was kind of okay. So I hadn't made the rounds into like the outer sphere, the outer circles yet. I was still, I think, 2019. I was sitting at a desk working night shifts in the oil field. And I remember watching the news. Dude, this was nuts because I remember watching the news and seeing the COVID spread. Like they're talking about people in China and they're talking about all this crazy shit. And I'm like, what? Like, because I was working, because that was like a fucking crazy ass long story. That was 2019, right? Yeah, it had to have been 2019. 2018, I got injured. And I was like praying to God, dude, what am I going to do? Because I can't keep doing this kind of work. And I was working like warehouse shit, right? And I got injured. And then my old job called me and said, hey, man, we need somebody to work night shifts. And I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. At the same time, I'm getting on YouTube and I'm like, dude, what am I supposed to be doing with myself? And it was just like an epiphany. Like I was just like, dude, you're an artist. What the fuck are you doing working these jobs. Like, yeah, I can work the jobs. I got bills to pay. I got a family support. So that's why I'm doing that shit. But why am I not double timing it, working, getting back into my artwork, getting back into the things that I'm supposed to be doing? And that's when I got injured. And I'm like looking on YouTube going like, man, what like comic books, that's what I need to be. So I'm like, how do you make a comic book? And then this video popped up from a channel called Comic Artist Pro Secrets. And you can learn all the secrets of the pros in comics. And I was like, that's exactly what I need. And here's how you can get started for under $100 in Michael's. Brand new video just came out. And I watched it and I was like, dude, that's crazy. So, and at the same exact, we're not talking within 24 hours, I got a call from my old job saying, hey man, we need somebody to work night shift. It's a 7-day on, 7 days off. You work 12 to 14. It's more like 14 to 15 hours a day. And I've been making pretty good money, right?
Yeah.
No oil field. And I was like, I don't want to do night shift again. But you know what? No, this is time. I got to double time it, right? But instead of having to double time it, we're going to work and then going home and double timing it. I can do them both at the same time because it's night shift. And I told my boss, I'll come back. But here's the thing. Here's the catch. You got me for 1 year. And in 1 year, I'll reconsider. I'll train whoever you need me to be trained or whatever. But you got me for 1 year because I used to do a lot over there. And so they needed me back and to keep everything, because I had systems in place when I originally left that company. Right. And people didn't know, they couldn't maintain the systems. So like the methodology, anyways, they needed me back because they couldn't, their guys sucked. So I came back and I'm like, I'll train whoever you need me to train. If I feel like sleeping, don't worry, I'll get the job done. But I'm working night shift and I hate night shift. So if I fall asleep, you can just tell that safety guy to lay off my ass, right? Because I'll do my job. If the phone rings, I'll answer it. I'm not going to fuck up my job. But if I fall asleep because I need a fucking nap, y'all aren't going to give me shit for that. And second and third or whatever, I'm going to use this time, because there's a shitload of downtime on that job, right? I'm drawing. I'm going to draw all night. I'm training. I'm in training mode. And this is what I'm working on right now. And the boss, those guys, that company was so cool. They're like, bro, as long as you do your job, I don't give a shit what you do. You sleep, I don't care. Watch fucking porn on your phone. Not on the TV, but on your phone. I don't give a shit what you do, bro. Like, it doesn't matter. Just do your job, do a good job, keep the shit going. And I was like, all right. Anyways, so I spent the next year working these 7 days on, 7 days off, nights on, 7 days off in the oil field, night shift office job, drawing, watching all his portfolio reviews, all Ethan's portfolio reviews, and then learning how to draw, like looking at all this artwork and stuff, and then just like training, dude. I used to fill pages up with lines, just lines, and this wasn't in a video, but I'm not shitting you. I used to just take a pen, like a pencil or a pen, and just line for fucking hours. And then I'd do cross lines to see what kind of cross hatching looks good. I just fill pages up. I do little jabby lines. I do fucking little wavy lines. I was just messing with textures for hours, for weeks, every single day. I'm doing this until I'm training my hand, like wax on, wax off. I can nail some line work down, dude. I can keep it within, what is it, like a 16th of an inch. I can do a 16th of an inch, like all the way across in seconds. And now, I don't practice all the time now, so I don't know. It'll be an interesting test to see if I can still do it. But I got pretty damn fucking good at doing lines, man. Then I started learning body, like the muscle, skeletal structures. Now, I've had some artistic training. Obviously, I went to college for art, and I'm an artist, so I've been doing art my whole life. But I'm talking about taking it to the next level that even college couldn't fucking help me with. For a year. Nose to the fucking grindstone, man. Yeah. And then, so I wasn't even watching the live streams. I wasn't even watching Ethan's live streams back then. I think when Shane Davis came in and started selling Starlight Cats, that's when I started watching live streams and kind of getting into the community. You know, I don't know what year that was, but I had been around since 2018. But 2019 is when I started kind of branching out and feel. Right. And then I guess 2020 is when I actually started getting involved with the community, right? Like I was already backing books, but I think 2020 is when I started meeting people and getting out there.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's like how I got into it. And I wasn't aware of Cobalt back then. Cobalt 1. Just like when Broken 1 came out, I wasn't aware. I didn't even.
Right.
I hadn't gotten into that part of the community yet. So now I'm just like a fungus. I'll go find a community and then stick to it, and then
damn straight
spread like a fucking disease, like the chat, Danger Vanessa, and all them, and like I don't know, all of them. Bancroft. I'm sure they all like have the same like Peter affliction. Every day when they see my name, like. Get off of me. Damn it, get off of me. They're all like that. Bancroft, you know, like Bancroft, the Crack Pack.
Yep.
I love it, man. Bow. Dude, they're all badass. I love them all. And when I pop in the chat, that's kind of just like the impression I leave, I think. That's how I feel like I leave my impression.
Yeah.
656, all those guys. And I got 100%. So many more books. And speaking of Bancroft, The Lucent, another fun book. Another cool book, Lucent 1 and 2. We got Coney Waves. And I haven't read this one yet. This one you just sent me.
Yep.
So I haven't read this one yet. But it looks cool. I don't know if you've heard the news about the latest book by Kami Mark, but Tailless was actually a fun read.
Yeah, I still got my extra copy of Tailless.
Cerebrum,
of course.
There's B-Rose. I love this book, dude. This is actually one of my more sentimental books.
Yeah.
He was trying to hit a goal. Like he only needed one more backer to hit like I don't know, like 100 backers or 1,000.
One of his stretch goals, yeah.
One of his stretch goals. And I was like, oh, that's me. I'll do it. And so I backed the book, and I've thoroughly enjoyed this because this was the same price as everything else, but it came with that plastic standee. I actually have the plastic standee over here. Yeah, I got, but I'm not going to reach over everything to grab it. But it came with a plastic. Yeah, and then it came with the box, that cool Cerebrum box. It came with like just a ton of shit in there, man. B-Rose fucking blew it, knocked it out of the park with that campaign. And where the hell did B-Rose go? Where did B-Rose go?
He disappeared, but he's still working on it.
He's still around, but he's redoing the book now.
Yeah.
King Cryptid.
Yeah.
Speaking of Alterna. Oh, shit. Here we go. Alterna is one of my favorites, by the way.
Oh, I know. God damn.
Yeah.
Is that all Alterna?
Oh, no, wait. No. Age of Apocalypse is in there.
Oops, let me get that one book out of there. Holy shit.
Alterna, bro. I fucking love Alterna. When I say I like Pete Samedi rocks, I ain't fucking around, bro. I love Alterna books. And these aren't even all of them. I have more in the long box over there. And there are some doubles in here, sure. Wolf and Batsy. Yeah. Oh, crap, bro. My Alterna collection is one of my pride and joys. This is a horror anthology, like a mini horror anthology. This is a really cool book, man. The artwork. And now, when we talk about $25 price point, we're talking books like the Cyberfrog that come with all these cool extras. You can get all these cool extras. You can get collectibles for that price range. You can get all these books that have all this awesome stuff. It's totally worth the price. when it comes to Alterna. Oh wait, that's Cyber Frog right here. Oh, dude, these are some of my Cyber Frog. Dude, okay, hold on. They're not all are Alterna. Dirtworm Doug.
Okay.
This is a fucking hilarious book, by the way. Which means Cash Grab is in here somewhere. There's Black Riding Hood. There it is. I want to put that one right there. Here's the other Heartstick horror cover. We were talking about Ethan. More books. These Cyber Frog mini Ashcan reprints.
Yep.
And then the Cash Grab art book. Okay, back to Alternative. Wolf and Batsy is one of my favorite books from Alterna. Oh, shit. God damn it. I liked it so much, I think I bought 2 of almost all the covers. Because I wanted a copy that I could either send or I could have 2 copies. I don't know. I just fucking love Wolf and Batsy.
Yeah.
$20 at Alterna will get you like that many books, right? This is what you get in a campaign from Alterna. And this is one of the ones I'm talking about where Pete should have charged way more for all the books.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because he would have like eight or so books in a fucking campaign for $20. And Wolf of Batsy was such a good book, man. It's like a really cool artwork. I'm gonna open one up and we're gonna take a look at the artwork.
Yeah, I've got his King Cryptid series and I enjoy it. I think it's great.
All right, I'm gonna make myself big real here. We're gonna look at some Wolf and Batsy. All right, Wolf and Batsy. What's his name? Brian Bow. All right, I fucking love this like it's not old school, but it's just like I don't know what you call that kind of artwork. Macabre. The art, it's like newsprint paper, so it makes it easier and cheap. And these were what, $2 each? $2, $1.99 each. All right, you can get so many cool stories. We follow in our characters Wolf and Batsy as they try to find a home, and then they get in shenanigans with this doctor guy who's like making zombies and shit. But it's just it's a really fun, awesome story. And he's not with Alterna anymore. But Brian Bow just started doing his own, I guess they're oversized versions of Wolf and Batsy. He's continuing his story, which, if you're an Alterna, he had a lot. Now, some of these are doubles, so that might be twice as many. But so Wolf and Batsy, you can still get him. He's doing his own thing, his own kind of campaign. I'm not sure if it's on his own website or not. I don't have any of that knowledge. But Brian Bow, go check him out. He's got The Wolf and Batsy is a great fucking book. I love it. And one of the things that I like about Wolf and Batsy, not just the story, the characters are charming. Batsy's cute. She's like a cutie pie. But one of the things that I particularly liked about Wolf and Batsy, let me make myself big again. Here we go. Solo layout. All right. Aside from these cool stories, here's a good bro. Okay. He's got these fake ads in there, and every single one of them is like funny. It's like a funny gag. Like, let me read one to you real quick. Holy crap, they're hard to read. I need my glasses. Super tiny print. Hilarious practical joke. Exploding cigars. Exploding cigars. Like, they're just funny ads.
That's great.
$3 each. Exciting ant farm. An ant's entire world complete with stock of live ants. So you get free ants. Human eyeballs. Protect your young optometry students. Human eyeballs. Preserved in formaldehyde. Shipped in sturdy glass jars. Styrofoam packing. $2 extra for the styrofoam packing.
Is there a decoder ring back there?
Does he have a decoder ring? I don't know. He's got x-ray glasses. Oh, shit. All right. X-ray glasses.
Nice.
No, you can't really make it out, but these are naked girls right here. So that you can, these X-ray glasses, so you can see the naked girls.
Okay.
You can see everything. Everything. Those X-ray glasses. They're funny, dude. This great ads. I fucking thought that was a nice touch. And the book's just packed, and every single one of them has these ads in it. And they're just fun to read, not just the books, but, you know, the ads as well.
Right.
All right. Next up, off of just talking about Alterna here. Oh, here. Captain Klein Bottle was also a fun book. Was also a fun book. I don't know. That's not Alterna, but that was a good one. Oh boy. All right. Wolf and Betsy. Putting that one down. Blood Realm. Ah, shit. Blood Realm. Another
Holy
badass
shit.
book. These might be doubles too. I might have doubles of these. Some of them.
Sorry, say there's a lot of red.
Hold on. They're not doubles. No, but they have, okay, so these are the comics, and then these are the collections. So I have them two versions.
Yeah, because they were doing a crossover.
Yeah. And actually, I looked at the collections. These are worth some money, dude. Like, I don't remember the price off the top of my head, but I was looking at one of these, and the first printing was going for a lot more than I paid for it. Let's just say that.
Damn.
Blood Realm. And that makes me wonder how much some of the first prints, they're not all first prints, but Blood Realm is a cool fucking story, man. And he just did a crossover with King Cryptid in Blood Realm. So anyways, and I don't even have my, I don't even know where I put it. Legends of Log is one of my favorite books from Alterna, and I don't even know where I put them. I've got, like I said, I have stacks and stacks of these things. This is my finished stack. Oh, wait a minute. Is this it right here? What do we got? Oh, wait. We got back in.
Oh,
I got back in. We got
shit.
that back in. More King Cryptid. Oh, dude, here are my Grokins. I've been looking for these fucking Grokins. Oh, that's another one in the fucking thing. Another King Cryptid. Jake. Like I said, we could go all fucking night. Another one of my top books right here, bro. Grokin. Another book that was totally amazing. The artwork is fucking awesome. And I got the ones with the cool little sketchbook.
Okay.
The cool little sketchbooks and stuff. I love these little sketchbooks. They're fun. I just love looking at this artwork. And of course, he's another one of those artists that these books are like, you could stare at the artwork all day. They're amazing, amazing art. Just like the Cyber Frog, just like John Mayland's. You can stare at it all day long and just. But this is actually a really interesting story. Grokin 3 I know we mentioned it before. It is enlightening. There's a lot of, and it's a lot more exciting and fun. That, like, Grokin 2 was good, but not as good as Grokin 1. Grokin 1 is the best one. Grokin 3 is it's like getting exciting again. Grokin 2, I think, was some more exposition and stuff that you had to, like, you know what I mean? It's like,
sure.
There's a lot of extra stuff in there, to get the story moving. Grokin 1, it's like he's escaping or something, and that's pretty much it. There's like an escape. Grokin 2 is some story. Now, Grokin 3 is where it's starting to pick up and starting to get exciting again. Stickers. Kenneth Rowe, and he's like about to launch Grokin 4. So we get the stickers, we get the trading card, and I appreciate the bookmark. I think bookmarks are fun. They're nice, like that bolt action sticker, or like that ticket's like a good one.
Yeah.
Fucking Grokin, man. Grokin's another amazing book that I'm like, so many awesome books backing these books. This is the fun of backing books. What do you got? I've been going for a minute. Star Circuit. I'm making you big, and I'm gonna chug a beer while you.
So this came from Joe Catapano. We kind of launched at the same time, around the same time, and Joe Catapano came on the circuit about the same time I did. and his was Star Circuit. So his main character's name is Atlas, and he's wanting to do these super speed bikes along this like Indy 500 type course, but with futuristic bikes. And the thing is that only androids ride these races, and he's going to be like the first human that's going to be able to actually keep up with the androids on the tracks. So that's what the whole Start Circuit idea is about. But
I remember that one.
Yeah, it's very fast paced, as a story about quick motorcycles and vehicles is about. But he sets up the world real quick in this book. This was more of the world building and learning about the settings and the characters within, and then him actually getting into the actual Star Circuit to race is coming later.
Yeah,
this was a great setup for the world. Star Circuit issue 1 by Joe Catapano. I'm just going to go through these honorable mentions until you cut me off.
Go for
Terror
it, man.
in the Trenches by Von Klaus.
Oh yeah,
this was another good one. I really liked it. Of course, everybody back then speaking on Nazis. Immortal Rising, there it is. Great art. Love the shadows. Love the coloring. Very much into like the blacks and the greens in this one. And it's just really good art, dude. I mean,
damn, yeah. Which one was that one again?
Terror in the Trenches by Von Klaus.
That artwork looks similar to the Black Phantom or whatever.
Yeah.
Is it the same guy?
Pretty close.
It's pretty similar.
No. That's Chad Townsend. And this was, I don't want to say way better as a bad thing, but it was way better than Black Phantom.
Yeah. Black Phantom seems like it could be cool. There's just some weird genres that don't seem to mesh in that book.
He's got some cleaning up to do with the story, but still. Next as an honorable mention, not too many people probably still talk about this one, but Bonds from Nerium.
I never even remember hearing about that.
So this is about a young girl, and it's real funny because her brother's name is Jesse Jensen, which is my main character in Cobalt's name, and we had a little fun talk about that on the DMs. But anyway,
I got a Benjamin Riley, and then it turns out there's Benjamin Riley's already been taken several times.
Right. But this girl, she's part of a werewolf cult, kind of like in Twilight. You know how Jacob is with his wolf pack? That's kind of like what's going on in here, but in a different way. And it's a really good book. There's one scene in here that lingers a little bit too long, but it's fine. But the setup for this world and everything was really good. I don't know if she did Bonds 2 yet, but if you find Nerium on X, her Bonds book is actually really cool. Of course, I got to go with Unhinged Comics with Frog G.
Yeah, Frog G. That was a good one.
Frog G. It's a very gritty take on the Frog Prince idea, So this takes place in like the ghetto. The dude gets into it with his woman. He goes off and mouths off to a woman that's getting her car worked on at his shop. Turns out she's a witch, turns him into a frog, and he has to go on this big adventure to get turned back into a human. But you can see he uses tools as his weapon. So he's got like a wrench, a screwdriver, and a socket. And it's a really cool. I love the art in this book. The art in this book is completely different from all the other books that I've seen. It's so colorful, but yet so gritty. It's I love this.
Yeah, I love his artwork.
Yeah, I'll be
and artwork. You know what? Tiger Blue had some pretty good, some really good artwork.
Matthew Fowler.
No,
and then of course I got to mention The Band of the Crow by Arvid Nelson.
Yeah, that artwork, dude. That artwork was gorgeous, so amazing in that book.
Doesn't deserve to be in the indie realm, but it is, and I thank him for having us for this experience. But yeah, Crowfire Studios, The Band of the Crow. This was just a preview.
Is it still open? Yeah, he's got the actual campaign open right now, doesn't he?
I don't know if it's still open or not, but I backed that son bitch.
Hell yeah, dude. That book looks fucking good.
This
That was
book
one of the
is
better looking
beyond
books.
gorgeous. Very much, I mean, just look at that. There's no reason for a book to have this kind of coloring and art style on it.
There was
this is novel.
When we were looking at like the way they colored the bricks on one of the pages, because it's just like a fucking painting, man. It's beautiful.
Yeah, this looks like it came out of like an old, like Beauty and the Beast type book. Like those old leather-bound books would have the art on the pages. This is what that reminds me of. And then, of course, I've got Beckoned Recourse by Jeremy Thevenot, over at Zape Studios.
That was a cool looking book.
Another cool looking book with great art. Cool mystic ideas.
Mavericks. I love how huge this fucking book is.
Yeah.
And the artwork in this book
Global Frequency
was pretty badass, man. Yeah, dude. I like the robots and I like these fight scenes. This fucking looks really good. This was a good one.
Yeah. I actually liked having Neff and his wife in the scene, man. I wish they would come back. They've gone off to like do some other stuff or whatnot, but they're still working on Mavericks 2. And I just want them to start up their channel again because that was a good show to hang out on.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever went into that chat or I don't know. It was
hey man, they would talk to you in depth about your campaign, and then when they got the book, they would review the shit out of it.
Yeah,
and
nice.
Yeah,
that's cool, man. Like, and actually get into it instead of just.
Oh yeah, he was honest about it too. If he didn't like something, he would let you know. With my first Cobalt book, there were a couple discrepancies closer to the end of the book, but with the way him and Blue Samurai Zero did it on Blue's channel, man, I had to get a brown paper bag and just start.
Yeah, man. When I first met Blue, I was something else. When I first started doing the dojos, Blue, it was you, me, and Blue Samurai, and with Fanta was there already too, right?
Fanta came in after Blue left.
That's right. Okay. Because I remember talking to Blue a few times. Me and him would get into these like debates in the back rooms about weird, random shit. And I didn't know. I barely knew the guy. I barely knew anybody in the scene. I don't even think you talked to me yet back then. We were just like in the chat room, and me and Blue would start going at it. And then I started like, I don't know. The guy was smart. I like talking to Blue. I wish he would come around. Blue Samurai. That guy was good. Hey, we cannot talk about the indie books without talking about one of my favorites. And that, of course, not Lady Satan.
Dude, I got Lady Satan also.
Nexus.
Oh, now, Nexus.
Yeah, bro. Nexus, and particularly Nexus Scourge, Kelsey Shannon's artwork. And, of course, if you're a connoisseur, you want to go find it, you can get yourself a cover by Peter Orchard. And I've got the original right here to prove it. But anyway, that's just like, go get the fucking Kelsey Shannon cover because Kelsey Shannon's amazing, dude. His artwork's awesome. And then, of course, this is Steve Rude's, his campaign for Nexus as well. Nexus. And then they've got a new campaign, which they got $100,000 in a fucking day. The omnibus, the Nexus omnibus, is available right now on Indiegogo, I believe, right? Or is it Kickstarter?
Not sure. I bet it's Kickstarter.
It's probably Kickstarter, but Nexus right now, you can get like not these books. You can get like the whole fucking omnibus of everything up until I think it might even have. There's gonna be volumes. I know that much, but it might even have this one and both of these included in it. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I can't afford it right now. But yeah, Nexus. Oh man.
There it is. Volume 1 Deluxe Omnibus. Hang on. Getting the link for the chat right now.
There we go. Yeah, dude, Nexus. I fucking love Nexus. I wasn't very familiar with Nexus, right? Until Comicsgate. And then when my parents started talking about Nexus, I was like, I remember that. I remember seeing that guy around. I might have picked up one issue of Nexus as I was growing up, right? Because it looked cool, it was fun. But it wasn't something I got into or was even very easy to find growing up. X-Men and Spider-Man were everywhere. It was easy. You can get them at Walmart. Nexus, you'd have to go to like a comic book store to get it. And my parents don't like them.
Like 27 days ago, and it's only got 6,700 to go before it breaks 200,000.
Almost 200 grand, man.
Yeah.
Good job, Mike Barron and Steve Rude. That y'all deserve it. Nexus is a fucking awesome book. It's very cool. And I wish I had read it growing up because I love sci-fi, and it's got everything that I want in a sci-fi comic book. So, yeah. And I'm thoroughly enjoying catching up on all the Nexus books from all these decades.
Another honorable mention by me is Phenomenova by Von Coleman. The first issue I really enjoyed, not just because it's thicker, but because the story was just so well laid out. There was a good flow to it. It was really well done. It all has to do with this kid named Miles who comes up on this little crystal that he finds deep within an old coal mine. It shatters when it's struck by lightning and absorbs into his body, and he gets speed powers basically. So it's another Flash-esque character or whatever, but
with lightning.
It's a young
Flash
kid,
with lightning.
He's
like the Flash but with lightning as well,
right? And so he's a young 15-year-old or 14-year-old kid, and so he's going to fuck up on these missions that he does, right? And he has to start learning how to become a hero. So this is the hero's journey very much for this character. And it's really well done. He honors his father with this series a lot because Von Coleman's father is no longer with us anymore. So he pays a lot of respects to him in his series. And this first book was just a really good. He knocked it out of the park with it. Second issue lingered a little bit and was a little whiny for me. But issue 3 is going to be ramping up again because he's going back to 48 pages with his third book. So there's going to be a lot going on.
That's the same. That's a trend. The first book punches, right? They got to punch hard. You got to get people coming back for the next one. Second book's where you start developing the story and the characters.
Right.
So it might not be as fun, exciting. The same thing with Groken, same thing with Cyberfrog. The Cyberfrog 2 had a bunch of extra exciting shit going on, but it was mostly developmental. He's hanging out the colony. He's like hanging out with Lily. You got a lot of developing shit happening. Not a whole lot of battling Vispas. There's some in there, but at the beginning, especially towards the end. But so yeah, issue and then Wreck Planet or Red Extermination looks like it's gonna be fucking off the chain.
Yep.
Especially 100%. After what we just got out of Dark Harvest. So yeah, I'm seeing that. And Groken too. More character development, everything. That's a thing.
Yeah. If you haven't checked out Phenomenova, he's getting ready to launch issue 3. I behoove you to get the catch-up tier when it's there because I know it's going to be issues 1 through 3 for a catch-up tier. Go ahead and grab those. I'll be there for issue 3. Von Coleman's doing really good.
I got one.
Okay.
Lost Pages. Lost Pages was actually a pretty fun anthology. I like the what's her name? The girl with the black liquid shit.
Oh yeah.
She's my actually okay. Now Grimm's my favorite. Or Grimm's my favorite. This fucking guy right here. He's my favorite because he's just the funnest to draw. He's the coolest character. I've been doing sketch cards for these campaigns, for filling them. This is a cool book. I like these books. The stories are fun. The artwork's cool. Let me just show you a little bit of the artwork here, because comic books, as far as comic books go, this is legit, bro. This is a cool story, and it's like fun because it's an anthology, so there's a lot of different shit happening, but they tie together through the hobo, the homeless man. It's like this homeless man's got the book of the story, the tales or whatever,
right?
And so he's like telling the stories, and but there's fucking what's his name? There's a girl, I can't remember her name. Matt Black, okay. I think's her name. She's got like this black liquid that like it's like a venom kind of a liquid shit. It's fun. She's fun to draw. It's a hot babe with black liquid shit covering her, and she can turn it into weapons and stuff. So they've got they currently have the Slumber Slaughter Party, right? Or is it the Slaughter Party, right? Over on Indiegogo, which is where they're crossing over Lost Pages with what's the name of that book? The book he's crossing over with. It's like a horror, like but it's like the survivors of a horror, of like horror movies, right? The people who survived becoming like vigilantes to fight their oppressors, like fighting Jason, right? It's a cool concept. That story is a cool concept, and the artwork in that book looked amazing. But I can't remember the name of that fucking book. Anyways, they're doing a crossover with those characters with the Lost Pages, and particularly Krim, and his Krim's an his imaginary friend to this chick here, and so it kind of fits perfectly in the horror genre. And the crossing, like you can do the whole Freddy thing, right? Like she with the whole imagination, sleep land, and all that.
It's not
kind of
Slumber Party, is it?
It's not Slumber Party. It's like Slaughter
Kill
Party.
Journal.
Kill Journal is the name of the book that they're crossing over.
Coming in with the clutch every time.
That's the one. Kill Journal. Thank you. Because we talked about it a lot, like almost a year ago, but we haven't talked about it in a minute.
Yeah, because my favorite looking character from that one is the little scrawny guy that wears red with the little like ice picks or knives or something.
Yeah. That dude looks cool. Like he's got. I like the chick with like the grenades or whatever. Like there's like a punk rock chick in there. She's got like a bunch of weapons from Kill Journal. Did a crossover with Lost Pages, and the concepts do mesh really well together because you got survivors of the horror movie scenes, right? And then you've got like imaginary friends fighting, Freddy Krueger from his horror movie. So like the ideas just mesh perfectly well. It sounds like a really fucking cool book. And so these are like Lost Pages was actually a really fun book to read. I enjoyed these books. So good job, Phil, for that. And for your series. What you got?
The Embrace.
Oh, The Embrace. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, so this one's from Michael Oden with art by Dean James. And I really enjoy this book. He put a lot of heart into it. It's about a father that loses his son, and the son somehow its spirit latches on to the can't think of another word for spirit right now, but it latches on to this other entity known as the Embrace. And this is the outfit that it comes up with.
It's very touching, very heartwarming.
Very, very much it hits you in the feels with this book. But he's working on the Embrace 2 right now. He's also working on Elysian Fields. Like, it's not a reboot, but he's like revamping the art in this next installment. But Embrace 2 is being worked on by Dean James also right now, which they're going to be going up against their nemesis for that book, where this was just like the introduction to the world and the powers and everything. Embrace 2, I'm really looking forward to. But yeah, Michael Oden, check him out.
Oh, yeah, man. That was a good book.
And my last one, Fiendish. Yep, got that one too.
Fiendish 1 and 2, man. Those they're like Core Draft, but like a girl's kind of take on it. Kind of like a girly manga.
Oh yeah, it's a woman writing it.
Yeah. But the artwork, I love Irene's artwork, right?
Yeah.
And this was a fun book I enjoyed this book. I think the artwork's great. The story's fun. I have not backed the third one, but there were like these in-between books too, the supplementals, and I just started getting backed up on like two. Obviously, we've got some fucking books here.
Yeah.
That I wasn't able to get it, and I hope to someday go back because the artwork is really fucking good, and the story was going in a good direction. I liked it. I thought this was a great story. It was a very entertaining read, and I thought I backed it because I thought my kids might like it too. This like Nora Saga was one that I backed because I thought my kids would like that. Immortal Rising was another one I thought, hey, my kids might like this. All right, what you got?
The last one that I had that I was going to give an honorable mention to was from Chris Graves and Mark Polton, Writhe in Pain.
Oh, yeah. That looks really cool, man. That was a really cool looking book. The artwork in that was
this one's really
badass.
Cool. Yeah, like the daughter belongs to like some kind of like witch cabal or whatever, but she doesn't want to be part of it. And her father gets slapped on with a mask that turns him into this big, huge behemoth of a character that, fights by her side now. Wrath and Pain 2 is coming up. But yeah, this is a really good book. The art's phenomenal. And if you like demonic type fighting and all that kind of stuff, this is definitely a book to check out. I recommend it. It's a good read. Thick book.
Hell yeah, it's always fun to get a good thick book.
Yeah.
Like to get 100%. A good one, right? This is the Embrace you were talking about. That was a good one. All right. A couple of honorable mentions. Okay. Jawbreakers. This is the 4th book. I think.
Jawbreakers.
Forever. This was the one that was $1. Now I hadn't backed. I wasn't around watching live stream, so I didn't know about the first Jawbreakers, and I don't even know where to get the other ones. He did have a campaign where he was selling his backlogs of books. Now this is going to be, of course, your boy Zach, Richard C. Myers' book, Jawbreakers. Now your boy Zach's channel, I think it's Comics Matter now. I think is what he's calling it. It used to be Comics Matter with your boy Zach, and before that it was Diversity in Comics. I recommend going to his channel because he's great. I can listen to that guy talk all day and night because he's smart, and he makes really good points and good analogies. Jawbreakers so Jawbreakers the book. This is my only experience with Jawbreakers, and this was he was trying a new thing out where he was trying to sell it for $1 to see if he could sell more, and then have all his other books available, so maybe he could make more money if he might be able to sell his backlog of books.
I see.
If he sold this one for $1, because then you had to buy this book in order to get to the backlog for the add-ons.
Right.
So, and I don't know how that turned out for him. He never, as far as I know, he never mentioned whether it was a good idea or a bad idea. I thought, what the hell, because I paid $6 for this. And I didn't get the backlog, right? And I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people like me that did not get maybe they already had them. I don't know. But this book was fun. It was a cool book. From what I understand, it's not as good as the first one. Right? I don't know anything about the first one. The first one looks fucking cool, and I think was drawn by John Malin, so I'm fucking kicking myself in the ass for not getting it. But Jawbreaker sounds cool, and it needs to keep going. This is a cool franchise.
Okay.
So that's your boy Zach's book, and I had to bring your boy Zach because that's where it all started. That's where all this shit started, right? That's your boy Zach.
100%.
No cover. I had to back this book because it was Donald DeLay, and I love his artwork, and I'm going to pull it out and show it. So here's the backstory for No Cover. John Malin hired Dale Keown to do a cover for his what book was it? I don't even remember what fucking book that was for. Was it Graveyard Shift or was it Godlike? He had what? Oh, it was Godlike. It was Godlike. So John Malin hired Dale Keown to do a cover for Godlike. Dale Keown was backlogged with book covers, like he was doing artwork for a shitload of people, and so John Malin's cover, it was a running joke. If you're not familiar with the CG lore, it was a running joke for a while there, where John was waiting on his cover patiently. Donald DeLay. He's an artist in the community here. He's a funny guy. Made a book about that wait. And John Malin getting fucking tired of waiting for his book and goes on a rampage against the post office. A lot of CG lore in this book. And you got John Malin basically raising hell. There's an appearance of Cecil in here. Let's see here. Where's it at? But the book, I love Donald DeLay's artwork. It's very funny. It's expressive. And I got another Donald DeLay book in here, if you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, No Cover was it was a fun book. I had a good time reading this book. Basically, it's the story of John Malin waiting for his Dale Keown cover to come in the mail. And it was a fun read. That was a good book. All right. Earlier I mentioned that Nexus cover Of course, you can't beat a Peter Orchard cover because, like this one. I've got a few covers, and I'm proud to have my book. Have some covers out there.
No, you do great art, man. Like, I'm surprised you're not on more cover art.
It's because I'm not putting myself out there enough. But I'm working on that, and it's coming. I'm coming. Huh. I'm getting there. Pushing myself. Starlight Cats, and the supplemental. Is this a supplemental, or is this the book? The making. It's not a supplemental. It's the making of Starlight Cats. Did you read this?
No.
This is the first book that I heard about, other than Cyberfrog, when I got into CG, with Starlight Cats. And this was a fun book. This was a really cool story, man. Like, I know when I first saw it, I was like, probably like a lot of people, what the fuck? They're superhero kitties? Super kitties? All right.
I'm sure I would have the same reaction to that book that Shane Davis had to mine.
What did he have to yours? What was his reaction to your book?
You didn't see them when they looked at my book, Brother Kid, on CG Live?
Oh, yeah. But they weren't talking about the book. I don't remember. Shane likes to ramble, so if he said anything, he probably started talking about your book and then trailed off onto a story about something completely different, and it just sounded like he's still talking about your book. You know what I mean? He does that.
Either way.
And then he ties it back. Well, it's not that I'm talking about his book right now. I'm talking about the idea that my brain came up with as I'm looking at his book. It's like, yeah, but you should have said that, because it sounds like you're talking about my book, or your book. Anyways, yeah, Starlight Cats was a fun book, dude. It was cool. It's cats with a little girl on an adventure. It was a fun book. When I first saw it, I was like,
was that more Yanzi's book, or was that more his book?
Or any of them, either of them, more than, I don't know, man. I couldn't tell you, because it sounds like the story might be more her, but the artwork's like Shane. But
well, that's what I meant. Was like the story hers while the art was his. That's what I was asking.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I think so.
I'm not dogging on it. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, good artwork, and it's a good story. It's actually a really good story. And I'm waiting for a part 2. Like, it feels like there needs to be a part 2 to this. It doesn't have to,
on it.
But it's got like not a cliffhanger, but it's like open-ended. Like, it could have a sequel, but it doesn't need a sequel. But anyways, I was looking at it going like, oh, cat, superhero, Power Ranger cats, okay. And I didn't get it, but then I'm hearing all these reviews, and I'm like, oh, okay. Like, maybe it was really good, and I missed out on something. So when the Inglorious Rex came out, I was like, all right, I'll get it. I'll back it. Also, it helped to have a Kelsey Shannon cover, because I fucking love Kelsey Shannon's artwork.
It always helps to have him.
Yeah. And, which, of course, brings me to, what is this? A fucking Kenneth Roquefort book cover just tucked in here somewhere. That's weird. Inglorious Rex. This is part 2, right? Inglorious Rex 2, the coin slot cover, the 24-hour cover. Talk about getting a lot of cool shit with your book. $25. It came with a lenticular card, a bunch of trading cards. Like, look at that. Like, you can see, like, that's not thin, dude. It's like got a bunch of shit in there. Anyways, 24-hour cover. Inglorious Rex was one of the first books that I backed. Because it was like, I don't know, it's a cool fucking idea. Oh, look, I actually got 2 coin slot covers.
There you go.
And a supplemental. And then, of course, you got Glorious Rex 1 and supplemental. It's a cool story. When I was like, oh, kaiju monster kickboxing, right? Like MMA kaijus, I was like, that's fucking badass, dude. That sounds fucking cool. And so I went and got it. And of course, it was a great fucking book. Very well done. Amazing artwork. Very cool storyline. I have not backed the 3rd one yet because I'm saving my money right now. I'm on a tight budget right now. I wish I could back more books at the moment, but I can't. Otherwise, I would have gotten the Ethan Van Sciver cover where like little T's like looking at the like looking up at the stripper chick.
Which means all you fuckers out there need to hire Peter to do some art on your campaigns.
Yeah, man. Yeah, hire me to do your artwork on your campaigns. You need the help, and I need the help. We can help each other.
That's how we do it.
But Glorious Rex, and it's like one of the last ones that I got for tonight. But this was a great fucking book. He just did Glorious Rex 3, and now he's got Anatomic, which is another supplemental, which is doing fucking amazing for a supplemental, by the way, on Indiegogo. And he's doing his own website in conglomeration with Indiegogo. So the Anatomic is like a supplemental prequel kind of story about this chick right here. Don't you want to know all about her? And cool fucking story, man. I love kaijus and I love the MMA, like Pacific Rim, all that kind of stuff is great. Lots of fun. And now, oh no, wait, I got one more honorable mention. Wayzine. This is the Wayzine. I gotta pull this out.
656.
656. It has this cool little like protective cover, like slip, so that you don't show the goods or whatever. Hold on. Damn it, I don't want to fuck it up. There we go. I love this cover, dude. It's a fucking dude pissing in the toilet. and he says, "It's occupied, puto." That's fucking great, man. This is such a cool book. It's like an anthology. Just a bunch of fun stories. The Wayzine. I want to get the Wayzine too, and I don't know if it's out yet, but I know they were talking about it forever. But the comics, the Wayzine, those guys, the Comics Away guys are fucking hilarious. 656. Yeah. That's Rich Ayala was a part of those guys, right? That's Roach Balls. Where did is he still hanging with? They're all still hanging out.
That was Roach Balls. That was Veil Walker, Cerebrum. All those guys were from there.
Cerebrum, yeah, that's another one from that group. Fucking great guys, man. And now, the first book that I ever backed was Cash Grab. And I backed it, being told by Cecil I would never get this book ever, right? Apparently, because we're all in a cult here and we're just throwing money and shit, and that's fine. We don't ever get our books ever. I was promised I would never get my book, and I still got my fucking book, and it came with this badass, this funny Dirtworm Doug book, which is hilarious, by the way. This is about the Earthworm Jim creator, Doug TeNapel. If anybody is not familiar with it, you can get this on eBay. Cecil, I don't know what his. Just look up Cash Grab on eBay, and you can get a pretty good deal. He's selling these books on there, pretty good deals. And man, I got more, but those are the big ones. Those are like right. The majority of what's going on. Oh fuck, dude! I forgot one that I really wanted to talk about. One of my favorites is Godlike.
Okay.
Godlike's one of my favorites. Now, it's one of my favorites because I love the artwork and I like the idea behind this book, the story. Now, I can't wait for part 2 to come out and then part 3, because we all know the first story is where the story starts. The second story is where we get a little bit more information. So by the third issue is when I know we're going to get to the fun and the action and all that shit, which is what I'm waiting for. There's a lot of exposition in this, a lot of controversy about that, by the way. But I personally thought this book was fucking awesome. It was a great read, and I got their convention cover version of it. Okay. And I backed the second one. I can't wait for it to come in the mail. But yeah. Your John Malin books, you got to back it, because this was a fluke that they even did a convention cover. I might have had to wait until the second book to even get it. So I'm glad I backed this version of it. I should have backed it when the campaign was the original campaign, because he had some supplementals that look fucking bizarre too. They look really cool. And now that I'm hooked on this book, I'm going to have to go back and get all those. And that's that, man. Like, crowdfunding is a lot of fun. Yeah, like back in this is like goes back to 2020. I don't remember what year I started the first book that I backed. Might have been 2020, 2021. I don't know. When was the first book that you backed?
The first book I backed was on Kickstarter, and that was a Deborah Daring. It's over there on my bookshelf, but that was the first one I backed. The first one I backed on Indiegogo was actually Cyberfrog 2 Wrecked Planet.
I think I did Warts and All. Which was first, Wrecked Planet or Warts and All? Was it Wrecked Planet?
I'm not sure. Maybe Warts and All.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Either way, like,
but I've got a lot more since then. Like, I've got some sitting over here that I haven't read yet, but I'm getting ready to because... Actually, yeah. Which ones do you think we should do Grota reviews on next?
Yeah, if you're watching in the rerun and everything, also, like, we're getting close to the end here. Leave a comment. Make sure to like. Make sure to subscribe. And leave a comment letting us know what books you like and want us to read if we haven't mentioned them here tonight.
Yeah. Should we review the Tome of Reckoning, issue 1 and 2?
Ooh, that looks cool.
Should we review Man-Child?
Man-Child. I never heard of that one.
Should we review Aerith Saga?
Ooh, we got to review that one. I don't know. I wouldn't want to read that one. I want to hear about that.
Should we review Shadow Sentry?
Ooh, that one. I say Shadow Sentry and Aerith Saga, but you know what? If anybody wants to override me, leave a comment down below. But you got to subscribe in order to leave a comment down below. Or, it's part of the rules. You got to do it.
Noah Mactus finally came out with his books. Should we review Mavericks? Decimation.
Wait a minute. That's not Mavericks like this Mavericks.
No. This was different. So this was made by I think a 17-year-old kid.
Oh, that's the one from the kid?
Yes.
I remember that. I remember going, no way.
These books are fucking thick, dude. Both of them.
Yeah, I remember that. He was 16 or 17 when he first started making them. And so he did really good on his campaigns.
Yeah, I first noticed this kid on Pete Samedi's open mic nights way back in 2021. And he just released them and got them out and fulfilled. So he's been working on these for a hot minute.
Nice. So, yeah, that's cool. What's he been? I wonder what he's up to lately. I haven't heard from him.
I don't know.
Lately. You know? Like, that was cool. That was really impressive. Good job, by the way. I wasn't able to pull that together when I was that young. No. I think my first book, Fortress of Rock, was in when I was like 19, 20.
Oh, yeah, Fortress of Rock. Nobody's able to get that one unless you know this guy.
Yeah, it's not available anymore. That was the last like extra that I had. Is that
really
one right there? Yeah, I don't have no more extras to hand out.
I'm not getting rid of it. That's mine.
So, and I don't even know if I have all of the original artwork to make it ever again. If I do Fortress of Rock again, I'm going to have to redraw the whole thing, which would be cool because it's a fun story.
Maybe
it's
you
like
should
Barbarian. Yeah, like that was like based on a bar in Corpus Christi, and it was like barbarians and real people, based on like real things that happen in Corpus, real places that I like. I made them like fantastical, right? Like there was a comic bar.
It almost gives me a feel of Bolt Action.
Oh yeah, it could be like that kind of story.
Yeah,
and we were throwing around the idea of like changing the origin every issue, like if the legend grows with every fishtail kind of a thing. So every issue would be like, well, that's like the beginning of how the fortress was built. And so every time we mention the origins, it changes because it's like it gets grandiose, more crazy every time. But so yeah, that one I don't know. That was a fun book, and I might actually come back to that IP later on because that was fun. That was a good one. And I am looking forward to some more books that I'm still waiting on that I just recently backed, and some books that I've backed a while ago and I'm still waiting on, and I'm happy to wait because I'm impressed with the quality that I get every time. And one or two books I'll probably never get because
you mean like Egg Beater or Krishna?
I didn't back that. I didn't back either of those. No, hold on a minute. Krishna Kid, isn't that the one that he's Commie Mark's doing the big refund campaign.
Yep.
What is that all about, by the way? He's doing a campaign to get everybody who backed it.
It's a satire thing, so it's not really a campaign, but he's like making fun of his own like lack of fulfilling a book. So he's trying to take the heat off of himself because he does feel bad about it. Like you could tell when he did his first stream talking about not being able to fulfill Krishna Kid that he was actually crushed about it. But so he's trying to alleviate that a little bit with the satire refund campaign of seeing how many people will actually refund on the campaign at this point. But at the same time, all that money's spent, so you're not really getting a refund. He's just seeing how many people come back to it to refund it.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
So nobody's getting a refund.
No, the money is spent.
On what?
On Life? Art that we'll never see.
Not another one of those. He should put it in a PDF or something. At least give people what he was able to do.
That's what some of his chat was saying he should do, but he's looking like he's not going to do that either.
Man, we don't need another one of those.
Right.
But I like Commie Mark. He was the first person to reach out to me when I started coming around in the space. He was like, really nice.
I got his Not Daredevil satire book that he created first and foremost, and then I backed Krishna Kid because I really like the idea of Krishna Kid. And
actually, Commie Mark is the first person to reach out when I started commenting on shit on Twitter. Commie Mark is the first one that actually started commenting on my posts, and maybe I think even followed me on Twitter. And it's like a nice guy, and I was a little conflicted because I didn't know anything about him. I didn't know all I know is his name's Commie Mark. This commie guy, I'm like getting into comic skate, and this Commie Mark guy's popping up. But now he turned out to be a really cool dude, and I like Commie Mark.
The first person that I reached out to when I started getting into comic skate, and I don't remember his name, I just remember his tag on Twitter, was CG World Order. And I started talking to him because it looked like he knew how to go through the debris and find the different channels that would actually help you out and whatnot. So when I was doing Cobalt, he sent me to Sporkman Studios. He sent me to Simon Pothier with his book. Oh fuck! Don't forget it now. What was it? It's right there. Fuck. But Simon Pothier, he was doing that Hell Doom book with the chick. Fuck.
I don't know any of those. I know that
Natverse. There we go.
And the Natverse. Now that sounds familiar. What's the Natverse?
The Natverse. It was about these space pirates, and it was space pirates esque, Star Fox esque, but it was real zany, and he got me into those. Then he showed me about B-Rose. He showed me.
B-Rose,
Dean James and Kimosabi and their channel. Like he showed me where to go to actually get a sense of who's cool and who's not. And because Dylan, of him, I never had a bad experience.
Dylan was another one of the first people that I ended up talking to because he was
Comics by Dylan.
Comics by Dylan. Back then it was Raging Rainbow.
Yep.
And then of course B-Rose and that whole group, those really really cool dudes. Then of course, the Crack Pack, those guys were cool. Bancroft's channel, and then we had there was a lot of different little communities that it just kind of spreads. Once you get into one, you start talking to everybody, and everyone's real cool and everyone's real nice, and you know everybody, and then everybody starts leaving, and you're like, oh,
and you're like, what the fuck happened?
So we got to rebuild.
Yeah, that's right. And that's what we're trying to do
right now, talking about all these fun books, man. On a amazing Indie Day celebration, 4th of July. Happy Indies Day. Here we go.
Yeah.
Cheers to the Happy Indies Day.
I'm out.
Oh, okay. Well, here, I'll pull some over there. And I want to say thanks, everybody, for watching and joining us. And come come back. Next week we're going to be over there on Jake's channel, the Bionic Bros channel. We're going to be over there looking at some books. We're going to have a good time. And then we'll be back on my channel a week after that. And so make sure to like, share, subscribe. That's the important part.
That's right.
Yeah. And I think that's about it, man. I don't know. I'm loving crowdfunding. Crowdfunding is not dead. It's amazing. It's fucking having a blast over here.
The only things that are dead are the people that walk away.
Right?
And better off without them.
And I can't wait until I get my next book. And there was one other book that I wanted to talk about. It was the best. It was actually the best book.
Now get out! And I'll tell you when I want you back!